Oh no!
Hello and welcome to Fables of Atramen over here on the Zatara's Tavern Twitch channel. Hi, I'm Zatara. That's me. You're over here on my Twitch channel, and these are the amazing players of Fables of Atramen. We're gonna dive into some fun Daggerheart storytelling, and this is episode 8, which is kind of wild. That we're almost to 10 already. And we're going to delve into a day full of riveting classes, full of history and animal companionship. Nothing could go wrong.
I completely forgot about that. I'm scared.
But first,
we don't need to go into detail.
First, I think you guys got to kind of get a view on who everyone is. So we'll start to my left over here with our local Ranger Faye.
Hello, I am playing our Ranger Faye, Razz Blossom, with her trusty sidekick, Sir Rupestris. Just a reminder, I am small. I am 14 inches small.
Like this size?
Yeah. So everyone else is huge in comparison. Just a little reminder in there.
It's very small. Very small.
Mm-hmm.
Almost as small as the town that our next player comes from. Our small town Fool's Gold, daughter of a bacon family and magically gifted.
Mm-hmm.
We have.
Mm-hmm. Yes. well done.
Thanks.
Well done sliding that in.
Thanks.
Yes. Hi everyone. I'm Chelsea. I go by Musicaholic492 on all social media platforms. But as our GM mentioned, I play Belle Marwood, who's from a very small town, from a bacon family, and has some magic brewing up in her veins of sorts that she doesn't know how to control yet. So yeah, it's going good so far. And yeah, she had a big cry last session. Big cry.
You know, it's been a busy couple of days, so I feel like a big cry is honestly kind of warranted, especially with the definite culture shock that Belle's probably going through.
Oh yeah.
Say hi to the cast. Hello, T Tempest. Thank you for saying hi to
Hi,
everyone.
T.
Up next, we have our slightly glowing blood hunter, a terror in pink.
Oh, that's good. I like that. Hey, everybody, I'm gamejunkiesonline. You can call me Junkies or Justin. Yes, I am our local fungal old man blood hunter powered by ghosts. Yeah, I don't know what else to say at the moment. No bits because I left my notebook with my little bit of prep work at my job site. So, oopsie.
Ghosts, what?
All the ghosts are getting the cool bits this week.
Don't worry about it, Belle.
He's Variedawnt's punched some
Every
people with ghosts.
time I've been attacking, it's been with my ghost.
You've just seen this ethereal version of Variedawnt just go and punch the people in front of them.
Imagine Brooke.
Oh, that's right. I completely forgot about that.
Followed by wizard. No, not Tabaxi. Oh no, I forgot. Katari.
It's okay. I
The
still
other
use
thing.
The other thing.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kristi. I am, let me see, Firefly99 plays or Kaylee1999 on most social medias, which I am not on very much these days because I am crazy busy with work. I'm playing Oriana, the Qatari wizard, who is all about the library and very excited about the special permission she got last time to visit the forbidden section, essentially. And she is also very much looking forward to history class because she is a nerd.
So the best class to have right off the bat. And right when we were about to get to where we were going, our next up person disappears. There we go.
Hey, they're back.
Pausing for dramatic effect. Our orcish warrior.
Oh, it's my turn. Oh, I am Swolfie or Mark. I am playing our orc warrior who, while not powered by ghosts, is definitely powered by just straight up muscle mass and trauma, kind of like me.
The ghosts of his
Yay.
past, you could say.
Are we all
The
powered
ghost
by
of his
trauma?
past. Fuck.
Yeah, I was about to say, lots of trauma in this party. It's kind of relatable.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. Razz is probably the least traumatized character I have ever made.
It's true.
We'll see.
You say least traumatized, which leads me to believe still traumatized.
Exactly.
Well, we'll
Sophie.
see about that yet.
Is it really a Daggerheart / GTRPG party if we don't have at least a little bit of trauma sprinkled on top of definitely like mentally stable characters? And as I said in the beginning, I'm Zatara. You can find me at Zatara everywhere except for where you are right now, which is Zatara's Tavern. That's us. We're gonna dive right in. We don't have any special announcements or anything besides thank you for being here, and we're gonna have some fun tonight, especially because someone redeemed rhyme intro, which we'll get to right after this.
Did that. Classes in session.
Welcome back, everyone. Also totally forgot the reason Lowe's not here with us this week. Don't worry, they're off being a cryptid in the woods, as needs to be done every once in a while to keep the forces at bay. They will be back with us next time. But without further ado, with death deftly sidestepped, our dutiful students finally slept, for classes lie in the days ahead, with learning adventures and newfound friends. History lies or looms. Oh, I repeated that. Whoops. History lies or looms ahead, with Eadni at the helm to weave the threads. As last week, we started with the clash of Willow and Gisela up in the rooms, thankfully being avoided and negotiated without much more damage. Everyone returned to their rooms and set about getting ready for the first day of classes, which went rather smoothly. Everyone going to Thaumaturgy first, down in not the dungeons, but the basements of Wormhold, entering into the working room of Ileona, the Thaumaturgy, dragonfolk, calico-colored Thaumaturgy of the Wormhold Academy. Entering some questions about magic, as well as hopefully gaining a little bit of, some of you gaining actual hope, and some of you gaining reassurance that what lies ahead may not be as scary as it could be. A kind of Robin Williams, isn't that exciting moment. And now we delve into our second class. History 101. You walk out of the basements, up the stairs, back into the main dining hall. You see that there are a few of the other classmates finishing up their own lunches, as you guys have kind of dabbled and refreshed before heading into class. For the structure of the days is you have a 2-hour morning class, you have a lunch, and then you go into 2 shorter classes, each standing an hour. So with that said, if there's anything you guys would like to do during this lunchtime, it's about like an hour between the two for break, so you can kind of recoup and stuff. If there's anything specifically you would like to do in that hour, absolutely feel free to do so. If not, we will delve right into history class.
I think I'm all good. I just got my jerky to give to Etta later, so I'll just eat.
Amazing. Perfect. Then you walk down the hall that all of you have walked before, back into the main lecture hall, the room where you each got individually interviewed by Eadni before. The circular amphitheater with large roll-top desks for each of you. You each walk in and kind of, it seems to be free seating. There's some of the other students from the other class already there, as this is a joint class with the other students. You each find your seats at various levels, and Eadni doesn't seem to be here yet. The pulpit in the center of the small raised stage at the bottom of this amphitheater, empty. The light shining through as it's a little past midday, the open window high above you in this turret-shaped room. You look around. Where do you all sit? There's about 8 rows of chairs for you to choose from the very front to the very back. The further back you are, the higher and further away you are, and obviously the closer you are, the lower and more face-to-face with Eadni you'll be.
What other students are already there seated?
Mm-hmm.
And we have
Because it's a joint class.
Gisela instantly. And she is in the front. She is the forefront most directly central seat in the front.
That makes a lot of sense. I'm not gonna
She's
lie.
the porcelain.
The teapot,
right?
porcelain
Yes,
teapot.
she's the porcelain
skin, yeah.
teapot, daughter of the Catterick family.
Catterick family,
Rulers of
the rulers of Ochre for Braun, the necromancy egg.
Mhm.
White porcelain skin with the blue teapot paints dashed across her, and her arms are having kind of built-in van bracers that are lined with shimmering gold. Her hair is kind of Lego hair that sits in light, loose victory curls down to her shoulders. You do notice today her form is a little different. Her right hand, instead of being complete porcelain, is kind of a intricately designed golden gauntlet that has much finer fingers than her normal one. That you see she's holding a quill that she can kind of more nimbly use. It seems as if she can switch out parts, or she has parts that she can switch out to more perfectly suit her what she's doing today.
So when you say finer fingers, is the other hand like normally like a gauntlet, or like
The other hand
robot
just seems to be
grabby hand?
her other hands just seem to be kind of normal. Like they weren't robust or chunky or anything. They were still just kind of like they were very proportional to the rest of her body, normal hands. But these ones have a bit longer fingers, a bit more slender. You see the joints and everything are more reinforced with gears and padding to essentially be able to write longer and faster with less wear and tear on the body and less effort. There's also small attachments and grooves on the sides of all the fingers that you can see small little compartments kind of tick out and grab onto the pencil and like kind of push it in a certain way. So when she writes, her hand isn't writing, her hand is gliding straight, and the hands are kind of writing for her. So she kind of prints instead of writes.
That's really cool.
That's it. Yeah, I think that would capture Belle's attention a little bit of ways. Of just like, huh. Really? Yeah, I think she gets distracted enough that people sit where they want to sit, and then Belle will just sit at whatever is available, whether it's with her classmates or some of the other people. But
That was the other question I had.
Yes.
So you said 8 rows.
Yes.
How wide?
How wide? So it's like there's three desks, or no, 3 desks on each row. So there's extra
Okay.
right?
So
Yeah.
there's 24 seats?
Yeah, there's 24 seats.
Oriana would go all the way to the front, but all the way to one side.
Okay.
Knew it.
Hugrokk will be all the way in the back, off to one side.
There, yep, knew it.
Same side or the opposite side?
Mhm.
I'm going to roll for it.
Razz, as you go to sit opposite corner from where Hugrokk is, you hear Rupesters go, "Ruff, ruff," and you just hear as you look, and Lot has perched, large wolf wrapped around the bottom of one of the corners of the roll top, and the crow just kind of walking back and forth and pecking at the top of the desk she's at. She looks over and goes, "Did you want to sit here?"
No, that's fine. I'll just go sit over there. Seems like your familiars have already gotten quite cozy. And I'll go sit like on top of the desk, just behind Giselle.
I take seat number 5.
You take seat number 5. So you take the seat right behind Giselle.
All right. And then what's left for me to pick? Because I got too distracted with both Gisela.
Sorry, no, you take the seat. Sorry, yeah, you're right behind Giselle. So you would take the seat right to the. You can either choose the seat to the right or to the left of Razz.
I mean, we can share. I typically sit on the desk if it's enough room for you.
Huh.
Do you
can
mind?
share
Do you
that.
mind?
Very.
Oh,
Me? We're sharing. I mean,
If you like.
oh, me too.
is
Okay.
there room for you? I guess there is room for you.
If
Are
there's
you
room
okay
for
with that?
your notebooks, I'll be sitting on the desk. So,
If you're comfortable with that, feel free.
sounds cozy to me.
Oh, Razz.
Okay, so now we have Variedawnt
Okay.
and Razz right behind Giselle,
Mm-hmm.
and there's plenty of seats to choose from for wherever you want to sit. Belle, as you kind of
Okay.
you see, at this point, you know that Lot's there. You see Hilda and Kiva walk in. Hilda is currently asleep and kind of piggybacking on Kiva. She walks over to middle row to the left of Vari and Razz, and just like plops Hilda underneath in the little alcove of where the legs go, and takes off her cloak, tucks her in, puts her large shield on top of the desk, and settles down. Goes, "Everyone?"
Oh,
Do you-
God. Should I make a roll to see if I have an emotional reaction to this?
Yeah, if you want
'Cause
to.
I'm
You can do
what should I
whatever you
roll?
want.
What should I roll? Is this?
Razz brought her own smaller desk. She just pops it out. You can roll a.
Oriana's unpacking notebooks and pens and spreading out on the desk.
And you see as you each sit at these desks and roll open the tops, there's a metal plaque that's brass in the very eye line that shimmers and engraves itself with your name.
Oh,
Interesting. Okay.
how's
So
that
name-
work with me and Raz?
Name is
sharing
on
that?
the desk I'm at.
It shows Variedawnt, since Variedawnt rolled open the desk.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
It
Okay,
seems to be
so
whoever
then what-
rolls open the desk, it gets claimed by.
Okay.
Um,
Right.
let
What should I
me-
roll to see if I do a emotional reaction or if I say something because of what I see?
Sorry, Demi Plane is taking forever to open.
No, you're all
Apologies.
good.
You know what?
And this is a
Make
random roll.
a presence roll, I
Okay.
do believe.
All right, I'll do presents. Oh, jeez. Okay, so that is a 15 with fear.
15 with fear. Okay. As you see them walk past you and walk down the few flights of stairs to their desk and see her tuck her in and everything. You notice your vision missed slightly in the corners of your eyes before you realize that your eyes have kind of naturally started tearing up a little bit at the sign of affection. And your brain drifts back to the thoughts of from the letter the night before. And then you hear from behind you.
Yeah, push.
You hear from behind you. Wow.
Oh no.
History class, eh? I do love me a good amount of lore. And he walks over and you feel kind of like a nudge, not like a bump, but like he took his paw and kind of punched you in the shoulder a little bit. And he looks at you and you just see this grin that is far too long, and his frizzled out whiskers are just kind of twitched a little bit. His eyes fully wild. Like, hi, Jingle.
Jangle, is that my name now?
Well, hold on. He kind of pauses for a second. I need each of you to roll a d20 for me. Just for fun.
Oh no.
A 20?
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 15 again on the
15.
D20.
2.
2.
2. Okay.
I got a 3.
Okay. Razz, you can roll with advantage.
Whew.
Do we all roll single digits?
No, I rolled
Nice.
a 15.
And Belle, as he says jingle and kind of like listens around, you hear a slight little ding, 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 like behind you and to the left. He goes, oh, maybe not you. Sorry, assumed because of the name. Looks around. Another small shift. Ching, ching, ching. Walks up and just sits in the desk between Hugrokk and Lot. Just kind of looks at you, Hugrokk, and goes. Opens the desk.
So there's jingling happening behind me?
Yeah.
Like,
And behind you, you just see the row of desks that Hugrokk and Lot are at. And the jingle was coming from like it seemed to be Hugrock's direction.
Oh, okay. I thought it was something completely different, and I started to
Oh.
panic.
Okay,
I was about to like have like an arcane. Oh, that's right.
Hugrokk, could you make a reaction for me?
I completely forgot. I thought it was something completely different. Nope.
Right?
Could you make an instinct reaction roll for me?
Ah! I can't believe I forgot.
There was so much going on.
Can you crit on reaction rolls?
Yeah, you can. You can. You don't gain any of the benefits of it, but yeah.
Hey, that's cool.
I wrote it down and I had completely forgotten.
I love how that took us all of a second. We're just like, well, what?
What? Oh yeah.
All I know is this new set of dice is pretty good so far.
Nice. We love that. We love that. Hugrokk, you notice that as Tash sits next to you and just looks at you and just laughs. You kind of shift and you just hear a ting ting. And take a stress for me as you realize the entire morning there's been something nagging at you all morning, like just bugging you, and you couldn't tell what it was until you shift and you hear just the tiniest of jingles coming from your boot and realize the entire morning there's been a small bell jingling every single time you've taken a step all morning. And you feel just the tiniest input in your heel.
Yeah, I'm gonna rip that off.
You find just a single silver bell in the heel of your shoe.
Does it look like anything special or just a little bell?
You know what? Make an instinct roll for me.
Interesting.
You can add an experience if you wish to. This is when you develop your unnamed experience.
I would like to rage.
I mean, hypothetically, if like metalwork from like your time with weaponry and stuff, maybe you could like tell the metal. I don't know.
Hey.
Oh,
It'd be very.
You actually, that actually reduces the DC of this. Actually, thanks for saying that.
Ooh. Cool.
You're welcome.
Well, that's still. Thank you. That's still a 21.
21 with hope or fear.
Fear, unfortunately.
I'll take that fear. Thank you for that.
So much fear.
And you're kind of holding it up, and your eyes change focus from the up close Belle to the little bit further off Razz sitting on top of Variedawnt's desk. And you make the connection instantly, recognizing that you've seen these spells on her person and on Rue, but also this specific type of bell you've actually seen hanging off of as almost it's a ornamental kind of military piece, like how we humans have the small God, my brain is gone. We have badges and patches and things that signify different levels of status in our military. This is essentially equivalent to that of what a Purple Heart would be, but like it's only a part of one. Like these typically that you've seen are specifically a Fey military award that usually have distinctly 7 bells along the bottom, each of a different color, and this one is distinctly green. Like the ribbon on it's green, connected to the little bow.
Just gonna pocket that then. I'm gonna hold on to it.
That's Razz in battle.
It takes a second. You're all kind of sitting in class. The rest of the students file in. The last to arrive is, in fact, Gunther. So the large dwarven fellow. He rushes in, arms full of books, and be like, "Sorry, everyone, I dropped my bag." He shuffles over to kind of the back seat. Or I guess actually, Belle, you probably would have had plenty of time to select a seat before Gunther got there.
Yeah.
Which seat would you like to have?
I guess I'll sit next to Variedawnt.
Okay, on the other side.
But if there's an open seat next to, that could be where Gunther is, or if there's Hardy or anything like that, I don't know who will sit there. If that seat next to me isn't taken, I could be like, "Hey, over here, Gunther."
Yeah, absolutely. So wait, we'll say you sat right. Do you care more about sitting next to Variedawnt or sitting next to Gunther?
I will say Variedawnt
Okay.
because of the connection thing. Okay. After
So you
everything
sidle
that's
down
happened.
on the right of Variedawnt,
Mhm.
in the same row as Hilda and Kiva, and then
Okay.
Gunther shuffles in and sits right behind Variedawnt. Kind of opens the chest, starts shoving all of his books in the various drawers, and then sits and looks up and realizes that Eadni's not even there yet. He goes, "Oh, looks up towards the windows up above, kind of squints, adjusts his little glasses, and goes, "Oh, well, we are, why is Eadni late? Have we seen Eadni? I thought I was
But
late."
do you think it's one of those things where it's like if the teacher's not here within the first 15 minutes, we can just go? Is that a thing here, or was that just little school?
Oh, I don't. That's a good question.
Why would you want to
Yeah.
leave? We're here to learn.
I mean,
Because if the instructor doesn't show up, why would
Yeah.
we be here when we could be training or studying on our own?
Yeah.
Most of us don't know much about the Earthly, but
You're muted.
Most of us don't know much about Earthly, but perhaps this is part of class. Perhaps we have to find him. Perhaps We are all in the incorrect location.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me if Eadni does something crazy with how he acts, but I just say he's gonna do some kind of grand entrance or something.
I don't know why you would think that.
I knew it!
I would never do such a thing. This is a very normal, well-mannered entrance you hear as Eadni walks in the back of the room, slamming his cane into the ground right behind Tash, who kind of winces and looks and goes, "Oh, hey, boss." He goes, "Hello, Tash. Ah, I see you've all organized yourselves. Well," he walks down to the front of the class, and as he does, talking, "Welcome, students of Wormhold Academy, to history class." Steps up on the middle stage, grabs the platform, tilts it on its corner, and just starts dragging it across the stage. Drops down the step off the stage and towards the stairs. "Now, history is important because it teaches us how," as he slowly drags the podium up the staircase and puts it in the back of the room. Dusts it off, adjusts it, and faces you all. "Ah, now I can see you all much better." Nods to you, Hugrokk, and over then to Lot and Tash. "So good to see people so eager to learn, isn't it?" Giselle kind of like looks up and then looks over to you, Oriana, and goes, I've never sat in the back before."
Oh, you're one
You're
of the
muted.
"Oh,
bad
no,
kids
you're
now.
muted."
I knew it was gonna happen. I said, neither have I. This is weird. I don't like it.
You hear, "And all of you in the back of the class, please take the time to pass notes, do sneaky whisperings, and possibly plan things for detention in the future." You in the front, he hands Hugrokk, Tash, and Lot each a long feathered quill and an inkwell. Like, "Here's a quill and a pad of notes, and a pad of paper for each of you. Lovely. This will be wonderful."
Hold on. So just double check it because I dissociated a little bit.
No,
He
you're good.
switched the back and the front.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Ernie essentially switched the room
We
around.
have to like turn around in our desks to see him now.
You do.
Okay.
And then middle just stays middle?
And the middle just stays middle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Works for Hugrokk. You can see the entrance even easier now.
That's fair.
All right.
But
Thank you.
could quickly
Thank you.
see that him doing the dramatics of moving the podium to the back of the room was all purely for show, as it takes him maybe 2 minutes to wander out from behind the podium and weave his way through every desk and stairwell and stage as he talks and meanders. And Oriana, your brain wanders back to the book you've been reading and the meandering, wandering words of lore. As Eadni continues on, he goes, in the beginning, it's so boring, so mundane. Every story, especially this one, should begin with one thing: a blank canvas. As this, the world of Atramen, did. A blank, barren world with nothing on it, just a speck in a void of nothingness, until the ink pot gods arrived. The artists and creators of our world drew and crafted their masterpiece upon the land. Cassian casting the earth to walk and perform and move upon. Roas painting the trees upon the land, Lyca filling the world with rivers of song and lore and myth. Argus filling the air with blue sky to imagine and invent the world of clouds and weather. And then Remsen crafting the underworld, full of wonder and mystery where things glitter and gleam. It's a simple creation story, one of passion and dedication, and one of very many plot holes if you look too closely, if we're being honest. For history not only teaches us of what lies ahead, but also teaches us of the demeanor of those who came before. For what is history but, oh yes, a question!
Professor Eadni, the Inkpot gods within their creation, there are rumors that they use certain tools within their creation. Could you expound on that? I'm quite curious.
Oh, like the tools of the trades of each of the gods. Oh, yes, well... You see, the gods soon learned that crafting a world from nothing but their hands was tedious and annoying, to be fair. So they did craft special items, tools of the trade. The most common and well-known one is, in fact, the palette of Cassian that lies within the Cassian Amphitheater over in Vaughn. Or supposedly, allegedly resides. Rois had their mighty pen. Leica had a piece of paper that never ran out. Argus had a golden ball that seemed to bend and shift to their whim. And Remsen had a singular arrow. The only one to really have a weapon of any sort, which is interesting. But he, of course, was the lover of heart, passion, crafting, and wonder, so... You know, the trope of being pierced by love's arrow and all that. I suppose that's where that comes from. He goes on to explain how the world went through many iterations, being destroyed and created again, as the Inkpot gods were not fickle, but perfectionists, often dashing doodles and rough drafts to completely render a new creation, eventually landing on how Atramen is today. With dragons being the first sentient creatures made to be friends to the gods and entertain them and live alongside them. Followed closely behind by the Fae, who were shifted and crafted and molded to be more humanoid, more humanistic, someone to start building and crafting the world in a way that the dragons could not with their limited forms, which the dragons did eventually overcome. As you all know, that dragons can shape and shift and change their form after a certain point of age and mastery of their magic. More creatures came after until you get to where we are now, with many forms of ancestries and many mixes of those ancestries today. He talks of how the world was one way, much larger central mass of Earth with small islands surrounding it before it split and shifted after the blot carving large ravines and then casting the islands apart from each other, forming the islands of the central powers today. Those islands now skewed and changed even more by the effects of long exposure of dragon eggs residing in one location for 200 years.
So, quick question.
Yes.
For player question.
Of course.
So you just said that the blot separated the island. So like before the blot were we looking at like some Pangea?
It was
continent?
very Pangea-esque. It wasn't, everything wasn't fully one solid.
But a lot closer.
But everything was much more clumped. And then the blot
Oh.
infected and then spread out like an ink stain through. And then those channels that were carved that split the land masses then further split throughout the war, and the blot kind of growing and expanding because the blot itself had kind of like an inky, viscous. Think very much symbiotes from Spider-Man.
Sure.
So like that black, crawling, viscous gel that kind of started clinging and infecting everything it clung onto. And once the blot was destroyed, those connecting tendrils that were holding the islands together dissipated, creating this gaps in space that the water filled in, creating the now current oceans and things like that.
That's cool. I like that.
The
That's
Inkpot gods also, as a apology to the surviving members of the human race, the living human
Mortal
races, mortal races. There we go. That's a better way of putting it. The mortal races refilled the oceans, kind of did some housekeeping before they left, and then removed themselves, leaving.
Sorry, we killed the world. Here, have some fish. So
Essentially,
you don't die.
yeah, essentially. They're like, we'll make this. They did kind of a landlord special in some places.
Oh,
Which also kind of led to the eggs being able to affect the world as much as they did. The world was still healing and kind of recovering from the blot and kind of the regenerative magic that the gods used to make the world was kind of.
So, like, if you were to put a lamp post very stoutly in the ground,
How dare
and
you?
hit a lion with it,
How dare
as
you?
the world was being created, kind of like that, maybe.
You keep your Narnia out of my Atramen.
Well done.
We are all you can take an inspiration for that. Actually, that's pretty great. I don't know if that's a
Very
thing, but it
good.
is now.
Make it happen.
So the world is very different. And Eadni rambles on in various rising and theatrical prose and retellings of this history. And to his credit, he eventually turns, and it feels as if he has only been speaking for maybe 15-20 minutes when he turns and goes, "Oh dear, we only have 5 minutes left of class." And you look, and even those of you who were kind of dreading this class kind of look up and go like, "Wait, what?" As it does not feel as if an hour has passed, but apparently 55 minutes have passed since Eadni arrived, or however much time since Eadni was late to class. Turns and goes, "I have rambled fully and wholly, and I apologize for wasting your time. Hopefully some of you have taken good notes about what was transpired today, and I'm sure some of you have questions." Now,
isn't the rambling part of the teaching?
Everyone has their own teaching styles, Variedawnt. You'll see I like to weave a tapestry of story and prose, when Ileana likes being more poignant with their teaching styles. And Tail is very direct. There's not much words in Tail's teachings. But to be fair, Tail's teachings can be learned much more direct. Belle, I see your hand there. Don't put it down. Raise it up high. There we are.
Tries to not be embarrassed. Definitely trying to follow along because this is all quite new, but all these items, like the ball and the arrow that these gods have, do we know what happened to them, or have they washed away with time or something?
It's a very good question, to be honest. The true answer is none of us have any ideas, but many people claim to have inklings of where some of them are. The only one we know for sure that has not vacated our mortal realm is the Palette of Cassian in the Cassian Amphitheater. No one has yet claimed it or found where it is, but that is the one with the most historical evidence to have embedded itself somewhere within the Cassian Amphitheater in Eastern Vaughn. The rest are essentially lost to myth and legend.
Can I ask another player question?
Yes.
Sorry. Because because you keep saying that the palette is in the amphitheater.
Mm.
Is it like a giant god palette, or is it like, did it shrink down? Are we looking at like a little palette,
No one knows.
like
No, no.
our size?
No
We
one
don't
knows.
know.
No one knows. It's just
No one knows.
it's somewhere there.
It's rumored to be there.
It's rumored to be
Okay.
there.
Mhm.
The legend goes that as Cassian was making his final stand against the Blot, Cassian was the firstborn of the Inkpot gods, and therefore kind of the de facto leader of the Inkpot gods. So as kind of a last stand, fought against the Blot, was defeated in his removal, his essentially emergency evac. He dropped his palette and it fell into the tiered plateaus of the Cassian amphitheater, lost to time. And there's like historical books that distinctly describe that sight of the palette falling from the sky. And in legend, when talked about the palette, so there was a time where the Inkpot gods were like among the mortal people. It wasn't a long time. They kind of quickly sequestered themselves to kind of being more talk to us through our dragons kind of thing, which is what caused the rise of the Blot to happen, and like the people being like, why do we need a middleman? We just want to talk directly to you. We always did. Why is it different now? Kind of thing.
All right. Okay. And then this just could be me talking crazy, but because you said that the gods like did different iterations and changes to things. Yes, right?
Yes.
Would that happen to the items as well, possibly, or is there just no way to know?
Possibly. I don't see why not. The Inkpot gods themselves, the only one who really kept any legend or history of their actions specifically are the people who claim to know what happened, as in they're priests from forever ago that have written these stories and books and stuff, but secondhand. But there is said to have been Laika, the thirdborn, the one with word poetry and the piece of paper that never ended. He supposedly wrote a detailed journal and diary of since his creation as a lover of the pen and a lover of someone who writes. Some give him the label of father of history, for he was the first one to write down things that would happen to be looked upon from the future, essentially creating the past.
Okay.
So if we can find that paper, we can find out exactly what happened. But that brings you back to your original question to what happened to these magical items, to which we don't know.
I was just curious.
Oh, no, it was a wonderful question. The Inkpot gods were the creators of the known world. Even though they are not here anymore, we can still learn a lot from their folly, for even though they were gods, they were surprisingly human, as they made many mistakes, to which led to the Blot in the first place. And that is where we as dragon riders must step in. We are not greater than our fellow mortals, nor are we equivalent to those of gods, even though we eventually gain powers that act like them. And you see Ernie raises his cane and writes the word or arts the word Ren in the air. And Razz, your eyes are piqued by this, as it looks very similar to when Lo wrote the word family in the air with the quill. It gleams and then dissipates, and a small ethereal wren forms out of the light of the words and flits around the room, lands on the desk in front of you. Belle kind of chitters and cheats, looks up to you, flaps its wings and flies up and away before it just fizzles out like a sparkler into the air.
Oh.
The Dragon Rider, you will gain powers that some people would claim would make you a god. You will not be, trust me. There's some claim to be. Hugrokk, you being front row and him kind of back at the podium at this point, see his eyes drift back above you, back towards Giselle and the Catterick family. The thing we must remember most as Dragon Riders is that we are peacekeepers. And we are the balancing scale between the divine and mortal. And therefore, we need to just try our best, really. Help those who are at their weakest and question those who are at their most powerful. Yes, Variedawnt.
So what happens if we're not a big fan of the divine? Are we still eligible to be a spokesperson?
Well, see, that's the incredible thing about the Dragon Riders. They will put in place by the dragons and the Inkpot gods. However, they are a free and independent entity. Entirely. Our powers are not bound to that of the gods. Our powers are bound to that of the dragon.
Do the dragons worship the gods?
Oh, make an instinct reaction roll for me, Variedawnt.
Wow.
+1. Okay. 2 10s.
Yep, I knew it. I knew it.
It is the ever so slightest catch in every single one of Eadni's movements. Their steps, their breath, their voice, their eyes, their body movement. It's as if everything just kind of skips a beat for a moment as you ask this, and then just a smile spreads across his face and goes, I do believe you'd have to ask them yourselves.
All right. Did yours? If that's okay to ask.
With that same roll, he smiles, and you all kind of catch the shadow that kind of crosses his face for a moment. But then the smile, but he smiles, and most of you kind of move on as he continues on about his relationship with the dragon and goes, it changed on the day for her, but in the end, she understood that they were needed, but also that they probably weren't needed as much as they thought they were. And Variedawnt, you notice with that roll that, well, the shadow passed and it kind of dissipated when he smiled. Kind of the, oh, I did lose someone, but I'm okay and over it now. The smile never fully reached his eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That is fair.
Being a dragon rider is complicated. I wish I could tell you it was easy. I wish that I could tell you that I could give you these tenets of the dragon rider and that we have this code that we follow and it is infallible. And we used to, but we don't anymore.
You had tenets?
We did. And maybe one day I will tell you them, but honestly, they are a old and rigid structure that I believe stood in the way in the end. And since I am the last remaining original Dragon Rider and none of the other royal families care about being Dragon Riders anymore, I think I get to make the new rules. So, that's
As
what
he says that, I kind of glance over at the 2 royal kids.
Ooh, make an insight check for me. Instinct check, sorry.
Is it a reaction or
You can. It can be a check since you were distinctly doing it. That means you can
Okay,
also add
sure.
your experience and stuff to it if you wish.
Okay. You said instinct?
Yes.
The I'm trying to think if it would apply and then how it would apply, because my second experience is dealing with dead things and ghosts and stuff. Would Gisela apply to that? I'm not sure how it would if it would.
I'm gonna say you can add it.
Okay. I gotta actually spend a hope. Okay. Math. 6 and a 7, and then +2, +3.
6, 7 plus 2 plus 3. 6, 7.
6 plus 3.
Oh, 9.
9. Yeah.
You look towards the other two students, Gunther Lendelfoot from Drea Call, and
16 total?
Gisela Catterick from 16 total. That's much different.
Yeah.
16
Yeah,
total.
sorry,
Much different.
Yes, 6 and a 7 plus 3.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. With hope or fear?
The hope.
Hope.
Like
Okay.
this one's
Nice.
the bad one.
This one's the bad one. Take your hope. Okay. That changes things actually. That means I do actually have to roll for them. Ooh. They're in sync. You rolled a 16.
Yes.
I rolled on the dice 17 for both of them.
Oh.
But what I'll tell you is you look over to them and you see that neither of them are reacting, but you see it's purposely so. You can tell it's purposely so. Like it is the trained, I am the child of a politician. This is my politician face of nothing has affected me. Nothing I heard has affected me.
Noted.
Another hand rises and you hear, yes, Finstrel. And you all turn and see in the very back to what is now the back right corner. You see Finstrel has sat at one of the desks, didn't open it, and raises a hand and goes, yes, Eadni. My question is, will every class be this late? And will I always have to come save my students from you? I'm terribly sorry, Finstrel. To be fair, these history classes, you're part of them as well. It's just because you come halfway through doesn't mean that it's. You just hear, ha 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 ha. I am merely pulling your leg, Eadni. Not physically, clearly. Oh, yes. Anyway, thank you, class. Finstrel has come to save you. We will see you in, when is your... He pulls out a small notebook from his hip and flips through a bunch of pages. He goes, I will see you all tomorrow. Lovely, perfect. Fantastic. Same time, same place tomorrow. Yes? You can take them now.
Yes, you made the
All
schedule.
right. That is true.
Actually, Ileana made the schedule. I couldn't be bothered. It was Eadni, if you would like to keep a moniker of professionalism, maybe keep that to yourself. So he walks up next to Eadni and kind of touches his shoulder and looks and goes, we will be heading to the vivarium. Please follow me. As he spins on his heel and just starts his heavy wooden feet just giving kind of like dull thuds down the hallway. Eadni turns and goes, well, I'm done with you. You're free of me. Get out of here. This is my room still.
Get out of here, please.
I noticed the desks wrote our names on them or something. Are these like our desks now, or is that just for today?
They are your desks. However, if you yes. Everyone, I lied. You cannot leave yet. And you hear Finchul's footsteps stop further down the hall. If you would each, underneath the brass placard that has your name on it, there is a small little nubbin. If you would please take that nubbin out. And as you do, you take it out, and the name, it almost looks like the name is being pulled off of the plate as you pull the small little knob out of the bottom, and it looks to be just a tiny, it's almost like a tiny little top. It's essentially if you took like a cabinet doorknob or handle knob off of a cabinet, it just looks like one of those. Goes, plug this into any desk that looks like these ones, and it will be exactly how you left it, no matter where it is in the school.
Okay, that's kind of
That's
cool.
fantastic.
Neat.
I crumple up a piece of paper, throw it on the desk, go to the first empty one, and plug it in.
You plug it in, and as you plug it in, nothing happens. He goes, oh, yes, you have to lock the dimension of the desks. You must close the roll top before inserting the nubbin into a new desk. Otherwise, it will not. It needs to close the dimension to transport it, essentially.
That makes sense. Some things can't be in two places at once.
Exactly. It turns into complicated magic things. I'll let Ileana describe it to you, because honestly, it's too much of a bore for me.
It's complicated.
Yes, exactly. Boring. Finley has walked back and goes, that is once again your opinion, Eadni. Please do not teach your bad habits to these students. As you said, dragon riders are not gods. That is ever true, ever keeping me humble, young minstrel. Now, he grabs the podium and starts dragging it back down the stairs into the center.
Oh.
You all see Lo get up and make his way to Eadni. Starts engaging. Gisela kind of standing over to the side, also eventually walks in and kind of inserts herself in the situation as they start talking. Vinstro goes, as I said, please follow me to the vivarium. It should take about 15-20 minutes to get there. Follow me. Turns again and walks.
Are there more desks there?
No.
Belle will just be relatively close to Finstrel because of she'll just be towards the front, following Finny behind, having a family repertoire. I'm like, hi, Finny.
Kind of is walking, and as you're walking, he goes, hello, Belle, and a bird goes by and goes, Finch bird. Another bird goes flies by. Ooh, fledgling snooze. We'll have to relocate. Takes out a small rectangular notepad and starts scribble something on, and then puts it back. How are you liking your first classes?
I don't know if I can give a great assessment yet because it's been a little all over the place, but maybe good adjustments so far compared to my previous life, let's say.
Eadni says that the first day of classes are always useless. Says it's just a bunch of talk and rigmarole. But
Do you believe that? Should we come back tomorrow?
Oh, no.
Dante.
My class will be very informative and maybe even deadly.
Oh.
What
Mostly
class was that again?
because we will be working with live animals who
Oh.
don't know you. And let's be honest, I don't even like all of you.
Is it me?
Weren't you the one that just told Eadni of professionalism and opinions, and now I'm
You see,
sorry.
he kind of like, as he looks and sees that his joke did not land, he kind of like shrinks and goes, apologies. Eadni said jokes break up tension. I should have known that he was wrong.
No, Finny,
Ah,
it's really
Hugrokk.
fun.
definitely giggled. Hugrokk definitely giggled.
Yeah, no, Belle would have giggled towards the end, and when Finny gets embarrassed, it's like, Finny, you're fine. No, it's all good. I wasn't expecting that.
I do not
Variedawnt was
think
looking around trying to
I-
guess who he didn't like.
Yeah.
you are all at the same level of affection to me, which is relatively limited, as we have not been exposed to one another much. Do not worry, favoritism will not be a part of this class. Ah, you exit out of these small kind of groupings of trees into the large kind of open plain area that you walked through before, crossing over the stone bridge once more and seeing once again that circular kind of trapezoid roofed stone building with the small turret on top. Heavy cobblestones making up these circular walls with the thick slate shingled roof, mix matched of grays and ruddy reds and deep blue shale shingles haphazardly layered on top of each other till this central turret tower itself having a menagerie of different sized archwayed windows where you can see creatures of various sizes and shapes flying in and out, landing and coming and going. As you get closer, you start to hear the sounds of the various creatures around. Sounds like neighs of horses with the growls of more feline predatory animals, but they're all slightly off. It seems, which is you all have gotten a little bit more used to, as this reminds you very much of the sounds you all heard in the forests when doing your entrance exams. Before you enter into this building, which as you approach, it has big stable doors that go about 12 feet tall by 20 feet wide, massive double doors. The building itself stands about 25 feet, stone walls, and then the roof pitches up about another 5, with the top of that turret standing about another 5 feet on top of that. So fairly large building. Finchel turns to you all and goes, ahead of you is an exciting time. The Dragon Riders had an unbreakable bond with their dragons. Here we will simulate those bonds with creatures here found in Malwick. You do not have to choose a creature today. However, you must buy next class. Lot looks down and you hear the wolf kind of grumble and goes, do not worry. Walks over to the wolf and grabs the side of its head and looks at it. Do not worry. The wolf is not having a good time. And you see Lot kind of pulls back and pulls a sword out, which Finn backs off and goes, if you already have an animal companion, we can use them. If your animal companion does not fight, you can choose another one, or make it so they do.
Ooh.
You will learn various skills here. Any animal on the island is available to you. Understood?
Yeah?
I have acquired some in the vivarium behind me. Though your homework for this next week is to go into the woods and acquire your own, or perform the binding ritual with your current beast.
What?
What's the binding ritual do?
Yeah.
Ah, yes, Hugrokk?
What is the binding ritual? How do we do this?
Looking around goes, let me give you a full walkthrough. As Eadni would say, pivot and let the show begin. As he pivots on his heel and pushes open the two double doors, opening up a almost circus level of animals inside, though cared for much better than any circus ever would. You see creatures you've all seen before. You see a large tank in the back that covers the entire back wall that has aquatic animals such as the platypoi, as well as apparently a shark kitten and
Shark kitten?
shark kitten,
Shark kitten.
Shark kitten! Chomp.
which
Chomp,
you see
chomp.
is the body of a shark with the front and back legs coming out where the front and back legs of a cat would come out. The tail is a shark tail. It looks a lot like Jeff the shark, honestly, but like less cute and chibi, but more like classic white shark body. And you see there are actually a few different types of shark with this mix. It seems as if it doesn't only go to white sharks, but also like hammerhead sharks, dark sharks. There's a whole bunch of. There seems to be a wide variety of these kind of shark-based creatures around. My bestiary.
Man, now I'm upset that I left my stupid notebook. Because my bit was I mishmashed a bunch of animals, and I was gonna have you guys guess what they were.
Next time. Next
Oh, I
time.
love that.
Next time. Next time we gotta do it.
Here we go. You see Gala pass you through the main kind of the building, the inside of this building, the back wall is that large tank, and then where the tank stops and the rest of the curve turns into large stables of various sizes, most of them being large, therefore being able to hold larger creatures. But there's some smaller cages that are on tables or hanging from the ceiling. There seems to be a second floor where most of the avian creatures are kind of sitting up there, either free roaming or in cages themselves, though every cage here seems to be only suggestively closed, none of the creatures being fully contained, as across the very center of the inner courtyard here, the trampling across the heavy packed dirt is a porse, Porse, a porse, as
Pony horse?
oh, a Porsche, yeah.
Horse.
Um,
Horse.
As
Vroom.
a gray horse's body runs past you, but its tail starts as deep blue gray, but then puffs into these bright purple kind of violet feathers. As you look towards the head, you hear a and it's the head of a large pigeon.
Oh my god, yes!
Runs up and kind of clips top in front of you, and the head of the pigeon turns the other way, and you realize it's looking at you because pigeons are terrifying and can look at like 360
I was
degrees.
just gonna say
hinged.
that might be the most terrifying animal I've heard so far.
This creature has no reason to be as intelligent as it is.
Oh god, and it's smart too.
What's the intellect of a horse?
Yeah.
That's smart.
No, it's not. That's fair.
Oh my goodness.
And then you see kind of
That's his mail system.
You see the horse
messenger
suddenly
business?
get
You got
spooked and
messenger
dash
business?
off as leaping down from the upper rafters. You just see a flash of bright green and blue as landing where the horse just was, growling and pulling back, revealing its sharp fangs, a bright blue furred, what is it? Bobcat style body, but its tail is just a plume of peacock feathers with the little peacock feathers off the top of its head, as it's a bobcat mixed with a peacock. You guys,
I don't want to say it.
Couldn't make up a good one for it, so we're just gonna leave that one. Oh, here comes Automod. Here comes Automod in chat. I made a peacock ear in my head.
Peepin. So P for
bobcat.
peacock and bobbin.
A peacat.
Peacat?
Peacat
We'll be a
It's
peacat.
probably the easiest.
Peacat. We'll do a peacat. There we go.
Peacat. I like peacat.
That is probably the most Pokemon ass.
Right?
Thing.
It sounds like a Pokemon so badly.
No, never. No, never.
We're a bunch of nerds.
Swolfie, you got your hand up.
Yes, Hugrokk?
So we have to choose an animal here or in the forest.
Mhm. It just has to be on the island. And you have a week, essentially. For, as you were told in the schedule, animal handling happens on Monday. Oh, not a week. You have 4 days. Because it happens
Till next
Mondays
class, yeah.
and Thursdays, so till next class.
Was
You
our
have it-
schedule ever posted in the Discord?
It
Yes,
was, yes.
It's in the document
Okay.
section.
I will.
That's why I have my sticky.
Yep.
Oh, there it
I
is.
see it. Yay.
So you'll start the week with animal handling and end it with animal handling. So by next class, you have to have an animal that you have chosen to do the binding ritual with, essentially.
But it could be from the animals here.
Yeah.
It could be from the animals here. It could be the animals on the island, or if you came with an animal, so like Lot coming with her wolf and her raven, or Razz with Rupestris, or Oriana.
Yeah, Oriana, you got your pet too.
Mhm.
I don't think Rio's quite up to this. He's really just a pet. He lives in my pocket most of the time. It's probably the best place for him.
I mean, I hear
I
some of the best
figured, but
monsters
just-
are in your pocket.
I figured just
Fair.
one out. He's still adorable.
No, I
though.
mean the little ermines are quite fierce creatures, but
Mhm.
he's very little
And adorable.
and adorable.
So it looks
That's
to
why
be
he-
a mixture of a hyena and a diamondback snake. Plods across, kind of
Oh my god.
its head fully snake-like, with the tall hyena ears, the hunchback, and then the tail turns back into the snake tail. It just walks back, looks at
also
you,
terrifying.
gives a hiss, and then keeps walking forward.
That sounds like a Tash pet, if anything.
I don't know what you're talking about. Finstro continues on to talk about how the binding ritual is one that, through the process of kind of deep connection through an animal, you form a telepathic bond that strengthens over time, starts with being within 15 feet of each other, but then grows as you level up together. He doesn't use the words level up, but mechanically, here you go. This is how it works for the most part. You're not going to learn how it completely works, but the basics of what Finstro tells you is telepathic bond within 15 feet. The animal then gains the ability to level up with you, akin to that of what Razz can do with Rupestris already, but the skills will be different, essentially.
Wow.
As well as soon as you make this animal bond, it's the first step to gaining the dragon rider specific magic. Because the magic that the dragon riders have come from the dragons themselves, but it seems as if Eadni has found a way to replicate it in some way, to at least use the power source of both you and this other creature as a way to make the magic happen.
Now, quick Another question. Variedawnt will say this in character first, like, um, points to the giant fish tank. So, how do those ones work?
Well,
Can they breathe air?
no. Oh, that's not Finn. No. Those creatures are specialized. There were dragons that were fully aquatic, but none of the riders rode those. But preparations were made for if they were ever the riders ever grew to a point where they were. And you see Finstrel kind of ruffles through his pockets and then into one of his pouches and pulls out a small ring. This is a binding ring. He walks over to he kind of looks around and lets out. He opened the Finstrel, just as a reminder, has a kind of shovel-shaped head with a beard made out of two sheer blades that stick off like his beard. His eyes are large green circles that kind of have a metal iris that closes and opens, letting him like squint and open his eyes. And his body is a mixture of wood and metal. The beard sheer blades start vibrating quickly, and this humming sound emanates around as you see a green shimmer dash out from the floor above, and landing on his finger is a green feathered hummingbird looking form, until you see it turns and two mouse ears appear off the top of the hummingbird body with the long mouse tail that just has of green hummingbird feathers at the end, lands, then raises his other hand, slides taps the ring onto the top of the creature's head. The ring glows a bright gold, then goes around the figure and shrinks back down to normal finger size. The creature dissipates, and Finn catches the ring. Goes, "This will store your animal companion safely. Only for 24 hours. You must release them at least once a day."
This is very much sounding like Pokemon. I'm sorry.
It kind of is.
So,
Pokemon, the trinket necklace from Critical Role.
That's
Yes,
what I thought of.
yes.
It is a way to easily traverse with your creature, or just not have it in the scene if you don't wish for it to be.
Ringmon.
Ringmon. There we go.
Nice, Welfie.
Ringmon. Goes, if you choose an aquatic creature, understand its limitations. He flicks the ring in the air. It spins. You see he says something. You can't catch what he says, and the ring shines. The hummingbird flies out, flies back up into the second floor, and he catches the ring again. Finstrel is much less wordy than Eadni. Goes around, gives some specific descriptions of some of the animals around, before turning to you all and goes, "That is all of today's class. I mostly wanted you to see the animals and give you your assignment. Filling your heads with more information will mostly just overload you. And I'm sure Eadni did that enough. So, your assignment is to find a creature. And of course, if there are any questions," which you see Hugrokk and Razz hands shoot up, as well as Tash and Hilda's hand shoots up too. He looks around and goes, "Oh.
It's okay, Finny. You got this. Thumbs up.
Hilda." She runs up, goes, When do we start? Whenever you wish. Before he finishes, she is turned and sprinting out.
And that's the older of the two.
That's the
sisters.
younger of the two sisters.
That's the younger.
Yeah,
Hilda.
okay.
Kiva's the older one.
Kiva's the older one.
One
yeah.
down.
So then we're dismissed.
Hmm?
So we're dismissed.
Looks up towards you, Hugrokk, and goes, "Was that your question?
Yes.
You are dismissed."
Turns on his heel and runs.
Looks
You're not getting outdone by a child.
towards you, Razz. Question.
Professor, you never actually told us how to perform the binding ritual. If that is our homework, we will need to know how to perform it.
Do you already have your animal?
Indeed.
Ah. You must stay within 5 feet of the creature for 8 hours.
What if I've already done that?
You must do so while holding this. And he hands you one of the rings that he had before. He goes, this ritual is modified. The ritual for the original Dragon Riders is much more direct, as the new generation of riders were supposed to be raised from egg, therefore naturalizing the bonding process. Now we must simulate you being with the egg by spending 8 hours within 5 feet of your companion.
Perfect.
Interesting.
Razz will slip the ring on upper arm as an armband.
Which, as you slide it up your upper arm, it slowly shrinks as you slide it up until by the time you get it to the point where you want it, it is perfectly fitting. Any other Oriana?
Yes, you mentioned earlier about animals with combat proficiencies. Are there any other recommendations or qualities we should be looking for?
If you wish to get the full experience and preparation for maybe having a dragon one day, I would suggest a avian creature of some sort to practice flying. And you see he kind of looks up at the sky and his eyes like get really big. Looks back towards you and his eyes focus back in normal. So something like a leopard or a
Leopard. Yeah.
or a slagon or a
Snail dragon.
yes, very good. Though not really dragons, mostly just in appearance. They are fully insectoid, or well, I guess slugs. Anyway. Or you could go for the blue panda jay.
What?
Those are some fairly well-mannered creatures, though the blue panda jay can be slightly aggressive. And
The
I would
leopard
suggest
is a
not eating your
well-
lunch on the slug wagon,
God.
Oh.
or flying it into the or near the ocean.
Oh.
Any further questions?
So it was out of the animals you listed, the leopard is also a well-mannered one.
Leopards are generally neutral creatures who only become aggressive when around their nest or nesting area or injured.
All right.
Otherwise, they will mainly ignore you and avoid you. However, if you do get close to their nests, they will kill you.
You can try. He said he with under his breath.
It's like, I know what you're talking about.
I mean, I tried.
Finstrel, Professor Finstrel.
You see Finn's about to respond to you saying that, Variedawnt, before they turn and goes, "Ah, yes, Belle."
So, do we need to get the rings from you now, or we just gotta find the animal and then?
Either one. I can give you your ring as you leave, or you can come find me once you have the creature. Though, it will be easier to capture the creature with a ring.
Oh.
Well, what if? Sorry, this could just be me. What if it's not necessarily capturing, but choosing? Like they choose you or something? I don't know.
Do not worry. If a creature does not wish to be entrapped in the ring, they will not be. The creatures here are all already trained to accept the ring. Those in the wilderness may not be as happy about it.
Well, what if I don't want them in that ring all the time? I'd rather they just be out. But I'm sorry.
All questions reaches out and puts like the large garden gloved hand on top of your head, kind of between the two horns. Goes, pat, pat. Do not worry. All questions are good. You can keep animals out of the rings as much as you desire, or in the rings as much as you desire, except for once every 24 hours. They are suspended in a state of... They don't realize that they exist when in the ring.
She got flushed a little bit, having been like pat like a little kid, but then here that's like, okay,
If you need any specifics about any creatures, please find me. I have cataloged 98 species on the island, and yet have more to find. It is a great effort and endeavor. The Inkpot gods had many ideas, some better than others.
all right.
Now, with the ring, what is the grace period between in and out?
What?
Is it like it has to be out of the ring for a minute
Oh,
before the 24 hours, or
a minimum of 15 minutes.
15 minutes? Okay.
If not released to take care of bodily function, the entity inside the ring will slowly start to degrade and unravel, forming back to its base sketch design and losing all sanity. If one would be to be released once out of the ring, once at that point, you would then fight its unfortunate husk. So please take care of your animals, everyone. If you don't, I will find you.
I like the side of Finstrel.
I have a feeling that one wasn't a joke.
No,
Not
no,
a joke,
I know it
I'm
wasn't.
sure.
No.
His eyes
Definitely
turned
not a
red for a
joke.
second. No.
Yep. Yep. I know. I kind of want to see that. Just like. All right. Okay.
I have another question.
Yes.
You said you had 90 species cataloged. Do you have that written down anywhere? I'd love to see it and maybe make a copy.
Ah, I have one. Though it is Leona was correct. You see, he walks over to like this big tome that is a book that has napkins and pieces of cloths and like scraps of paper just jammed inside of it. And
Oh,
goes,
Oh.
my notes are unorganized and a complete labyrinth of unknown samplings. He opens it,
Does
and
the
there's
handwriting look
like
familiar?
fur glued on to a sticky note on a page, and then over here there's like a tooth that's been broken but like kind of put back together with little scribbles and questions marks with like 3 different animal names next to it. Goes, it is not an exact science.
would you like help organizing it? That is kind of one of my favorite things to do, actually, is organize information.
Yeah, do you need help?
Both of you can roll a presence check if you wish.
I'm gonna spend my hope for disarming presence.
Amazing.
So presence
add
check?
your +2. Yes.
Okay, presence. Oh, buddy. Okay.
Oh.
That's 17, but that's with fear.
17 with fear. I'll take that fear.
Yep.
I am now full on fear. Amazing.
No.
It's math is so hard right now. 21 with hope.
21
Nice.
with hope. Take that hope. It's 21 with hope. And what did you get again, Belle?
17 with fear, because that's
Okay.
14 plus 2 is 16 plus 1 for the presence is 17.
All right. As you both walk up and offer help, Minstrel goes, oh, absolutely. Walks over to a large table, puts the book down, and like starts grabbing other notes and other books and like a small tin jar that pops open with more crumpled pieces of paper that he starts pulling out.
Oh, Lord.
And Belle, you start to feel that, oh no, feeling kind of climbing a little bit as Oriana, you go like, all right. Okay. Roll up your sleeves a little bit.
All right, then.
This is not even the worst I've seen.
Well, you'll be able to help teach me, I guess. And then in a whispered tone, like, hey, Oriana, you want to go to
Yes.
the forest afterwards? Maybe pay a visit to an old acquaintance?
I mean, maybe.
I just want to say hi and also show off the jerky that I got. They said they want something from the kitchen, so.
That's true. I mean, I was kind of thinking to go at the weekend, since it's a bit of a hike. But definitely, I would like to go for sure.
Okay. All right. Well, I just want to check on that pup, see how it's doing. So all right.
I'm sure it's doing fine.
I know.
It seemed like she knew what she was doing.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, definitely did. All right. Well, we'll organize this and we'll discuss after and all that stuff.
Oh, this is going to be more than one day's work, I can tell you that.
Wait, really?
You hear that from outside, followed by the high-pitched scream of a young girl. As we go to break.
Oh.
What did Hilda do?
Thank you all for joining us so far as we go through
It's a happy
history
scream.
class and definitely a happy monster scream outside.
She found like the cutest thing ever and was like, I want it.
Luckily, Hilda was not the only one who dashed outside in excitement to find a new animal
God.
companion.
Let's be real. Hilda would not go for something cute.
No.
True. Very true.
And we will see you all in 10 minutes' time. So around 10 o'clock Eastern time if you're on the East Coast. See you in a bit.
boy.
Welcome back, everyone. We didn't get distracted talking about animal hybrids and stuff. No, never.
Not at all.
Put your animal mashup in the comments.
You put your animal mashup in the
Do
comments.
it. Do it. Do it. We want to see them. We want to hear them.
Over the break, we came
Or
up
you
with
pick
the Juronki, giraffe donkey. The Juronki's a pretty good one. As well as the Peregrine Falcon Cheetah mix. The PETA. I don't know. That could work.
Oh.
Or the Chalkin.
Chalkin.
But none of those are what Hugrokk you see
Mouse deer.
as you go barreling outside and you peel off in a different direction. You see Hilda bolting back in the direction of the academy. And you kind of veer off to the left and turn and run the opposite direction back past the vivarium towards the woods where you found the Volwolf. However, you hear that ear-splitting roar, as well as... Thank you for the raid, MX Plant. Perfect timing. As you turn and see barreling towards Hilda, her diminutive form almost lost this 30-foot tall by 15-foot wide, hairy. It almost looks like a giant. It almost looks like a giant Shire horse. So the big, brawny, heavy-hooved horse galloping across until you look up at its head and there's thick mane around the top of its head and these two antlers that arc out and up like twisting elk horns back, and a heavy jaw that has canine two tusks going down, and just as heavy charging, and it barrels its head down and starts tearing up the ground towards Hilda, who is collapsed down and just kind of frozen about 40 feet ahead of this creature. Also, I guess I should mention that I spent 2 fear to get this
I was
guy
about
here,
to say, did
so-
you do that?
Spent 2 fear to get this guy here. But that is what you see. You are currently about the same distance from Hilda as the creature is barreling towards. What do you wish to do?
I'm gonna pull out. I have a longbow, I think. I've got a bow.
Yeah,
Pretty sure I have one of those.
you absolutely do.
Oh, yeah, what the fuck? Yeah, there it is. A longbow. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna pull that out and fire an arrow as I'm running towards, just to kind of maybe distract it, hopefully.
Oh, absolutely. Make your weapon attack.
Let me equip this motherfucker first. There we go. Come on, dice, don't fail me now. Oh, cool. 2 10s. I'm gonna take a picture of that shit.
Nice.
Nice.
Hugrokk's third crit
Yep.
of the session.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I've only rolled. That's the second crit. Second crit tonight.
Amazing.
Child's in danger. Must protect.
You hear the piercing scream of Hilda cut through the deep guttural cry of this large antlered creature that's just barreling the ground, and which, as you turn and start sprinting towards, readying your bow, you feel the ground start shaking beneath you as you get closer with every impact of the hooves, that the hooves themselves are much wider than you. A tree trunk each pummeling into the earth as it charges forward. You let loose, hitting a crit in the creature. Roll for damage.
What was that? Just doubling up on the dice? I can't I fucking forget. I'm sorry.
So let me bring up the
So I
entirety
can't-
of crits in Daggerheart.
No, it's not
I believe they're crunchy. Yeah, I believe they're crunchy crits. So full damage plus whatever you roll. Let me see if you get anything else from doing it.
And then you can clear a stress and gain a hope.
Yep. Cool.
Yep.
Yeah. Clear stress, gain a hope, which you did gain a stress earlier because of the jingling bells in your shoe.
Yes, I did. And
So
I
you
will
can clear that.
actually. Oh, never mind. That's something different. Fuck.
So this
Okay,
animal,
yeah,
as you
so but
charge
that's,
forward, kind of looks like a mix of like that Shire horse with the elk kind of top, but then it looks as if some sort of fanged, almost feline creature kind of takes over his mouth, almost like a very primal-looking lion of sorts around its neck and mouth area.
Very
Right,
much
these
question. Is
three
it like
animals.
Beast from Beauty and the Beast, kind of that facial structure, a little bit?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
That's a
That's
good
what
way
I
to
was
describe
thinking.
it. Yeah.
So 3 animals.
is there so because the only reason I'm asking is because
Mhm.
I crit.
Mhm.
Is there something that looks softer on its body or that would get its attention more if I targeted that area?
Oh, absolutely. Roll. You know what? Roll a instinct check with advantage. So plus a d6.
Could you possibly add one of your expertises to that? Because that feels in your wheelhouse. Just saying.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
I'm still trying to figure out that second unnamed experience.
That's good.
Uh, sorry, what was it? Instinct?
Instinct, yeah. As you charge forward, trying to do a quick survey of this animal that's an amalgamation of animals you've seen before, but just trying to figure out which body type to aim for the weakness for. What'd you roll?
25 with fear.
25 with fear. So you do see it. However, it will instantly come back to me. I'll take that fear, but we do roll for damage still.
It was 19.
19. Oh, damn. Okay, that breaks into its severe damage area, so it takes 2 hit points. Or sorry, 3 hit points. Amazing. You let loose an arrow, and you feel the impact in that it did damage. But there's a pit that forms in your chest as you realize you made the solid hit. You did significant damage to it, and it does not stop the slightest as it just keeps barreling forward. As I take that fear, it makes its turn. It's going to use its charge attack. I'm going to spend a fear to enable its ability to essentially rake him up and throw whatever it is. So it's a gorging attack. So it claws into the ground. It already bending its head down, tearing up the earth. It digs deeper and flicks up and tries to throw Hilda, catching it with his giant horns. And it is essentially the horns themselves. This thing stands 30 feet tall. The horns themselves are probably about 15 feet long, with each point. That's what antlers have. Points stretching out about 5 feet as well. It's terrifying. It's massive.
Big.
It's very
I want one.
is large. Which using 2 fear and acting that, Hilda has to make a reaction roll to avoid. Ooh, okay. That's hope. That's good. Oh, what's your action roll? So no hope, but that's still good. She only takes half damage.
We'll take half damage.
Okay. That's 2 hit points from Hilda. All right. As you see Hilda, the scream, Hilda has essentially been wailing in the charge path of this creature. It's essentially so big that she doesn't see a good way out from her position. She's also a child. So her scream gets cut off as she is scooped and launched into the air. You see her just get thrown 30, 40, 50. She peters out and starts plummeting back down. That's its entire turn as it charges, throws it up, and is continuing the charge forward under Hilda and towards you now, as it's essentially discarded Hilda and is barreling towards you now.
Oh my god.
How far away is she from me now?
You're about, I would say you're about 15 feet away from the creature, and Hilda is still 30 feet away from you because she was kind of chucked up and backwards. But now you have the creature between you and Hilda.
Okay.
We'll have Hugrokk do one more move, and then we'll have the rest of you guys act.
Yep.
It's 15 feet. How, like, is it super fast? Basically, do I have time to drop the bow and pull out the halberd and kind
absolutely.
of, like, I guess, run 5 feet and use it as a, not a javelin.
Pole vault?
Pole vault.
Absolutely. You definitely can. Especially if you want to
That's what
spend
I
it.
would like to do, please.
Absolutely. If you want to spend a stress, I'll say that you can have advantage on the roll.
Yep, let's stress me the fuck out for this.
As the creature keeps barreling towards you, you instantly pivot, drop the bow, pull out your halberd, and almost roll. We'll see how. I guess you should roll to see how it goes first. As you prepare your pole vault, your halberd to pole vault up. So I would say roll a either strength or agility reaction roll.
Okay. We'll go with agility.
Okay.
That is 17 with hope.
17 with hope. Take your hope. That
You said it was a reaction, though, right?
Yeah. Oh, all right. So right, no hope. Apologies. Okay. You managed to just barely in time as you managed to catch one of the corners of one of the points of its antlers as it's digging through the ground, and as it wrenches its head back up, you angle your pole vault to almost be lifted and then flung up, and then you land grasping onto its long, hairy, its long hair kind of on its side. You're right kind of above its right ear. Its one antler base is about 10 feet up above you, and you're kind of clinging onto the back of this large elkin creature's head like a tick, desperately trying to hang on as it's charging now directly towards the vivarium. At which point, all the rest of you have emerged outside. However, I'm going to spend 2 hope, which I don't have, but someone else does.
The sister.
And you all see just a flash of blue as Kiva charges forward, crosses the distance needed to get to the elkin creature, whips off her shield, impacts it into the ground, wedges it into the ground, turns her entire body around, puts her back against the shield, and hunkers down like a turtle. You see the elkin creature step on the shield. She pivots and wrenches, trying to do a trip attack on the creature. We're gonna see if she actually can. Akiva has a special attack. Has a special move that can activate whenever Hilda is in imminent danger.
Ooh.
Which essentially gives her a surprise round, essentially.
Nice.
She manages. The beast has to make a roll. Ooh, oh, nice. Okay. Almost as if the beast stepped on a banana peel. It loses footing and scratches into ground, carving a large trench as it falls to one knee, ending its charge. And
Wow.
Hugrokk, make a strength reaction roll.
The child's still not 30 feet in the air, is she?
The child hasn't yet hit the ground, no.
Oh.
However,
Oh no!
if you guys do not do something to stop her plummeting to the ground before either one of you rolls a fear or I spend a fear,
I got a 15.
they will split. You got a 15? You hold on as the momentum suddenly stops and you're flung forward. You manage to hold on to the long fur. You are still on top of the head of this creature.
You said I'm by its ear, right?
Yep.
Like, how close to the ear, and is it a floppy ear?
It's like a deer ear. So it's like up
Kind of
and out, and you're at the base of it. So if like you can peer up and look over into the ear, or peer the other side of the ear and look up towards the antler. You're kind of like at the verge. You can decide one way or the other.
Do I still have my weapon in hand?
Roll d20 for me.
Let's break out the new one. Don't fail me now, you heavy bitch. It's an 18.
Yes, you do.
I would like to stab it directly into the ear, hopefully hitting the
Oh my
brain.
god!
All right. As you go and give it the worst wet willy of its life, make your attack roll. Belle, I think I saw your hand first. What would you like to do?
Yeah. Well, I wanted to ask because Ruby was also raising her hand. Ruby, what was your plan as Razz? Was it to help
So-
Hilda? Yeah.
Yeah, Razz going in, seeing the situation, would take off from her saddled position on Rue, as full movement speed as possible to get to her, furl her wings back out, and try to slow that fall.
Yeah, because what I was also thinking, if Hilda's falling, I
Or
would
at least
try to
control
use.
the fall.
Yeah, because what I was thinking for Belle is she would see that she would try to reach out and use her magic to slow down the fall as well. So maybe we could do a team up
Oh,
to make sure that she doesn't
Yeah.
fall.
If you guys
Yeah,
want
we
to
could do a
spend,
team up
if
like
you guys want to
that.
spend the 3 hope, just do the team up.
Yeah,
we're up.
I'll do it. I got a lot of hope. I'll spend 2.
All right, I'll do the other one.
Hope will
Okay,
also be a resource for a lot of the animal handling and like Dragon Rider spell stuff. Just so you guys know, it feels like you have a lot of hope right now, but like
Yeah.
there will be more things introduced to use hope eventually. Just so you know.
Yeah. And then on top of that, I will add a stress to manipulate magic.
Amazing.
So that way I could would it be better if I extend the range or I add a +2 to my action roll? Which sounds better.
Taking in the situation and trying to think on the fly, you see Razz bolting out and realize just how far Hilda has flung, so probably the extra range.
Extra range? Okay, cool. So I'll do that. Okay, fabulous. So then I will roll instinct, and then I will also add my Know the Tide to add a +1 to this as well.
You both make separate
Okay,
action rolls, but before resolving the roll's outcome, choose one of the rolls to apply for both of your results. Before resolving the
Okay.
roll's outcome. Okay, so you both roll, and then you choose which one you want. So both roll. I'll say...
Okay.
Yeah, never mind. Both of you just roll.
Okay, would it be an agility roll for me?
For you... Yes, it would be an agility roll.
Okay, so mine's an instinct.
And yours would be an
plus
instinct roll, yes.
Instinct, yeah.
Which
Okay, all right. Okay. Whew. Okay. All right. So that is a 21,
Nice.
but I will say it is with fear. But it is a
Okay.
21.
That's okay.
It is a 21. And I
21 with
extended the
fear.
range.
21 with fear and
18 with hope.
18 with hope. So now you guys get to choose. Do you want to choose a 21 with fear, or do you think an 18 with hope is good enough?
What do you think? What do you think, Ruby?
It depends. It just depends which do you think is more impactful. Do you think
Yeah.
a higher roll with fear has a worse outcome than a lower roll with hope? They're both similar. It's only 18 and 21, so there's not a huge difference between the rolls.
Partially in this situation, I think because fear will end our turn.
Yep.
So I think we should go with the hope.
Yeah.
To help us continue on currently.
Yeah, sure. We'll do with hope.
Okay.
Like
Still have
Razz
my
just
factor resolve too.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
do.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Okay, but yeah, we'll take the 18 with hope because that will be better than I think with the fear because that will probably injure Hilda more. But
Perfect.
yeah.
Amazing. So both of you take your hope then, as you both
Okay.
get the hope. Razz, you launch yourself off, whiz past Hugrokk as you see Hugrokk lash out and jab into the ear of this large beast. What did you roll?
We posted in the Discord already, but I got double ones.
Double one.
Oh my
You see,
goodness.
you hear Razz, you hear the creature just reel back in pain as Hugrokk, you stab the halberd deep into the ear, going essentially as far as your arm can extend. Roll for damage. As Belle, you see Razz. 19. That's another severe hit. Dang, that's good.
Incredible.
Belle, you see Razz zoom out and catching the movement, this little speck of red zipping past this gargantuan creature. You see Hilda, a speck of blue. You reach out your hand, speck of blue plummeting. You whisper yourself, you tense. And Razz, you see as you get closer, there's a second where Hilda's hair goes almost weightless. And in that second, you grab her and buzz around and fly back. Hugrokk, the massive cry of the beast as you're thrown around again, dealing damage. It is hurt. You see it kind of rear back and starts looking around, starts slamming the ground. It looks as if Kiva is currently. None of you can see Kiva currently because with how much the creature just slamming its hooves into the ground, it is cooking up a bunch of dust everywhere.
Okay. All right.
Variedawnt and Oriana, would either of you like to do anything?
Yeah.
I think at this point, Oriana is going to slam her hands on the ground, and a spike of ice will shoot up underneath the creature.
Oh shit! Nice.
Hopefully, stopping it in its tracks.
Shit.
Nice. Okay.
And it's like from where she is, it's like a line of ice, and then it pops up right underneath. So I'm gonna use Ice Spike. It's within far range, so it should be
You're there.
plenty. Spellcast roll against the target's difficulty.
Okay. So roll your spellcasting roll.
Alrighty. Come on. That is not great. That is 8. It's 10 with fear.
Yeah, no fear. You launch the spell, and it stomps its foot into the ground and kind of pivots again, almost as if losing its footing, and twists out of the way as your ice spike just barely grazes its side. It swings back and smashes the ice spike into ice as it turns, slamming the ground around, and you can tell it's wild-eyed now. I'm going to spend fear. I'm going to spend 2 fear.
Yeah, use those fear.
To activate its frenzied ability.
Oh no.
That's not ideal.
Kiva has to make some reaction rolls.
Shit.
Okay. She's gonna use a special ability to reduce that. Because she's a guardian. And then I'm going to use one more fear to try to huck Hugrokk off. Hugrokk, I need you to make a strength reaction roll against the creature's strength roll.
18.
18 meets it, beats it, as it just like a horse full in panic is just bucking madly and wildly. The ground around you all is shaking. You can see that moss and the mortar between the large stonework of the vivarium is starting to shift and shatter and fall off as Finster looks around and goes, I will wait a moment longer. As you see Tash goes, you're right, Nutter, and charges forward.
Oh my god.
Lashing out 2 claws. He kind of looks up. He dashes past you, Belle, sees you reaching out your hand and goes, me too. Reaches up his hands and shadow just starts filling the entire space around, to which he runs into the cloud of shadow and fully disappears from HRV view. As suddenly you hear slashing sounds from inside the shadow that has fully engulfed one of the feet of this large elkin creature. Hardy walks over and just starts kind of charges past into the darkness as well. As Gisela walks up next to you, goes, oh, that was actually quite good spell work. A little unrefined, but let's see what I can do as well. Pulls out. You see she raises her hand. The wand drops from the hidden compartment in her wrist once more. As she... Let me go to her character sheet real quick.
Wait, that was Gisela complimenting my magic?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Again, I dissociated because I was
you're good.
The situation is freaking me out. Ah!
There was also like 4 people who cast magic. So
I know.
Yeah.
It's going on.
She is going to... You see, she pulls out her wand, and then she's about to cast something and goes, looks towards you and goes, actually, inserts the wand back into her hand. From her hip, she pulls out this small little, it's almost like a makeup compact. And it's you haven't seen anything like it before, Belle. It looks like a makeup contact like you would see, that you've only seen a few times here and there in passing, but it's more rectangular and thinner. As she opens it up, and it looks to be a small bunch of cards slipped into this metallic case. She sifts through the cards and pulls out and goes, this will work. Throws the card into the air, grabs it, and then kind of spreads her fingers as the card illusions into 8 different cards, and she throws them out, casting Arcane Barrage at the creature. As you see each of the cards just dash out through the darkness, casting casting through lights as they twist and weave through the darkness before impacting, and small little bursts of magical smoke across the creature. Is there anything you guys would like to do? As your fellow students are now getting involved as well.
So, child is safe now, correct?
Child is now safe in the arms of Razz.
Okay, thank God.
Okay.
Mhm.
So basically, we're just trying to defeat the giant deer horse
Currently,
Yeah.
other thing.
the
Yeah.
deer horse
Okay.
is on one knee. One leg is being attacked by, hypothetically, Tash, surrounded by shadows. Kiva is somewhere in that cluster. And Gisela has launched a magical strike, and you know Hardy is also somewhere in the mix down there, with Hugrokk being on top.
Yeah.
Hugrokk would like to try to force the halberd even further into the Dorse's head.
Absolutely.
Oh my
Make
gosh.
either another attack roll, or if you wish, you can go straight go straight strength check. If you succeed the strength check, it will succeed, pushing it far enough to reach very vital parts of the anatomy of this creature. If you attack and succeed, you will just be doing damage to the creature. The strength roll is harder, but could be a much bigger payoff. The attack roll is easier, but hypothetically won't end it.
We take chances, so we'll go
Alright.
with the strength roll.
All right,
All right.
do your strength check.
Yeah. Got a fucking 19
19. Okay.
with hope.
Take your hope. It's still the spotlight still remains on you, and
I'm
that
full of
definitely
hope.
beats.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely beats its difficulty. So roll for damage. Oh wait, no, it was a strength attack. Duh. So you push forward. You're already kind of at the end of your arm's length. So you grab on, kind of swing yourself up and land in its ear and push further down. There comes a point where you kind of almost like, maybe too niche of a reference, but almost like snaking a drain. You get to the point where you were stuck, but then you break through. And at that breakthrough point, the rest of you see the elkin creature just pause and stop. Let's waver back and forth and start collapsing. All of you are actually far enough away. Hugrokk, I need you to make an agility reaction roll. And then I'm also going to need Hardy,
Oh, no.
Tash, and Kiva to also make these rolls as well. As the creature is now collapsing. This gargantuan creature is just collapsing onto those below it.
My luck ran out. I got a 4.
Oh no.
I'm gonna use my ability called Reassurance. It says once per rest after an ally attempts an action roll, but before. Oh, this is not an action roll. This is a reaction, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Never mind.
Oh, so close.
Sorry, I tried.
As you,
Do I have anything else? I don't think I have anything else. No, that's what I got.
all
I
right.
don't have shit either. I'm looking. I'm like, no.
You
No.
stab in, and as the creature starts falling, there's a sudden jerk to the side as you're thrown from your weapon and start plummeting to the ground. You impact,
I was muted. Ah, dang it.
and then feel the impact of the body crush underneath
wow.
you. Or so you think. As what you think is the press of the body of the elkin creature on you is actually the press of a much lighter form, as Kiva has shifted and kind of rolls, turtling above you, takes, and you see she straps of the shield on like a backpack, her arms on either side of your head. You see her. Every time you've seen Kiva up until this point, she always has the kind of like baggier clothes, the chainmail peeking underneath with the oversized tunic over the chainmail, oversized, unfitted, like heavy leather boots to protect her. But with her arms on either side of you, you see that while her arms may be thin, they are ripped to shit. She is holding, and you see her teeth grit and vein kind of pulse on the top of her head as she holds the back foot of the elkin creature off you. Also using one of her armor slots to eat this, and using her guardian skill.
You ship it, junkies?
Maybe.
That's so perfect.
So many romance options for the orc. Who fucking knew?
Who knew? Who knew?
All right. Who knew, indeed?
Tusk Love 2.
The sequel, or would this be prequel? Depending on when this happens, I don't know. Or is it in between quel, like the Lion King 1.5?
Tuscaloosa,
let's go with
the
that.
Tuscaning.
That's good.
The Tuscaning. Oh my god, the Tuscaning.
Oh my god.
Amazing. Hold on.
I love it.
There we go. That's it. Uses her Iron Will feature to reduce this armor slot severity. She takes your damage for you. That's hers because she critted. It's also because she critted on her reaction roll, so she got to do something fancy. Tash and Hardy are somewhere. As the creature collapses, the dust settles, and the combat comes to an end. Razz, Belle, Variedawnt, and Oriana. You look on as in front of you a large elkin creature now is collapsed, the dust dispersing. You see its body, now limp, kind of bubbles up in the middle as if having collapsed on a large boulder. And you see Hardy peek out from behind, goes, "I'm all right."
Right, good.
Tash
Is everyone else?
doesn't seem to be-
Is everyone else all right?
Yeah.
And I guess Tash.
Those of you who wish to examine the scene can roll instinct rolls for me.
I will, and I will spend a
definitely.
token to add a +1. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Oh, dang it!
I would like to spend the hope to use my fast learner experience.
That is an 18 with hope.
I definitely used all my good rolls previously because now I got an 8.
Oh,
Amazing.
oh wait, no. That's not. Wait, is that? No, that is an 18 with hope. Never mind. It's an
18 with hope?
I
Nice.
thought I got a crit, but no.
Take your
One
hope.
was a 9.
Oh.
9. Oriana, what did you get?
Yes.
12 with fear.
12 with fear.
What kind of
I'll
roll?
take
I got a-
fear?
With fear.
With fear, I'll take
You
that
just
fear as well.
Take all your fear back.
Thank
What?
you.
What that did this call for?
Instinct.
Instinct.
Instinct. Okay.
You're looking
So,
around the area to see to look for
16.
survivors and like 16. Nice. With hope, you said.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah, I got a 6 and a 9. I was like, oh, crit. No, this one's upside down.
Yeah.
So close.
You all disperse looking for, trying to find where Tash is and Kiva and Hugrokk. Hugrokk, you raise to your brain defaulting to look for the others and look for Hilda, but you go to push and Kiva goes, sorry, but we're gonna have to get out of this first. And you realize that she resisted the strength, but now the only thing keeping you guys from being crushed is the slight curve of her shield holding up the weight of the creature that is now pushing you down. You are pinned on your back with Kiva on top of you, and then the shield pushing Kiva on top of you, essentially.
Yes.
I'll push
Is it
down, you
like
push up.
the whole- Oh yeah, okay, go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. So like, you're not in a hole, but your back is flat on the ground, and then Kiva has her arms on either side of you, like pushing into the ground, but they are bent now and she's strapped into her shield, but you can reach up and kind of push her shield, and then she kind of proposes the idea of you pushing up on her shield while she pushes down on the ground to try to get you two out of the situation.
Team attack.
So she's doing earth downs and I'm doing Dorse push. Got it.
Exactly. Roll a strength check for me. As Razz.
Please.
Right.
Please. That's crit. That's another fucking crit.
Hey,
Nice.
good job.
Amazing. Belle, Variedawnt, and Oriana, you walk up and look around, get a little worried at first, not seeing Hugrokk or Kiva or Tash, but then suddenly, and even more worried as the body of the creature suddenly starts rising effortlessly as Hugrokk wasn't the only one who critted. As
Yes.
the body kind of
Amazing.
up. You think the creature's standing up again as it goes up and then just instantly flops on the other side. Kiva raising off, rolling her shoulders and kind of falling back like a turtle onto the shield with her arms up in the air, just falls back and goes, I've already been flat on my back too many times in this school. She looked, and then you instantly all see which as you reach over and grab her hand, you see her eyes instantly shift towards you up into the sky. She starts desperately looking around.
No.
As Razz, holding in your arms, when you first were flying towards Hilda in the sky, the image was exactly what you would expect. A terrified girl plummeting to her death from 50 feet in the air. But within the 5 seconds before impact, those moments of weightlessness, you see that fear shift into a smile, and then as you impact into her, just break out into laughter. And she's like, this is absolutely amazing. Holy. Like she stops herself and then looks at you and goes like, you can fly. I'm flying. Wait, can you fly over there? Hold on. Wait. And just like starts rambling like a kid who just realized that she's flying for the first time.
How? Because Hilda's about 8, 10,
Yeah.
right?
Mm. She's bigger than you.
Yes, but how much? The weight of a 8-year-old varies pretty drastically. How big is Hilda?
I'd say she's got about like 5 inches on you. Right? No, that's wrong. You're only 14 inches.
Quick search. How tall is a typical 8-year-old child?
We'll say she's got like a foot on you. You kind of like grabbed her by her arms, like she's like this, and you're wrapped around her chest, and you're kind of bee flapping your wings, like she's on the verge of your weight limit. We'll put it that way.
Yeah,
You're like kind of Zelda.
I'm like, I can't just like glide around to her heart's content.
Oh yeah, no. As she's asking you to fly all these places, you are Zelda chicken falling.
Yeah.
Like
I was going for it in the first.
I was imagining a controlled descent.
Yeah. That's what I was
Without
hoping
any
with the magic. I'm like, oh, thank God. Thank God.
Hugrokk, as you pull Kiva up, and she looks around and locks eyes on Hilda, seeing her slowly drifting. Kiva looks back towards you and goes, thank you for acting. No offense, but it was for Hilda.
Oh, I understand.
You are skilled.
Been training literally most of my life.
She kind of like looks you over, goes, Estos? And make an instinct check for me.
12.
Hello, Brooke. Thank you for joining the screen. 12. Looking over her kit, it's not mercenary gear, but it is a old version of the Estos, as I've mentioned, is the smallest power, both in size and population. It is 4 islands chained together by ice bridges, and most of those islands, one of the islands is completely uninhabited except for a few roaming people. One of the islands is pretty much icy tundras that have small patches of towns that require large musk oxen to haul from town to town, taking days, as it's essentially blizzarding 24/7. And then there's the central capital city, which is where a majority of the people reside because it's the safest place. And it is also the only place that has any form of actual standing army, even though calling it an army is being heavily generous. That army was in place from the beginning of Estos. Kind of everywhere has an army. It's just Estos doesn't really have a need of one. But you see that Kiva's armor is about... It's about 2 editions back from the normal standard issue gear of the modern day army of Estos. It's been patched and reworked. You can see there's been some like re-dyeing happening at certain spots so that the colors are different. So anyone who's not familiar with the normal standard gear of the army of Estos wouldn't recognize it off the bat, especially it being an older version of the armor. But you catch you catch it.
Maybe we can talk later in private.
Make a presence roll for me. With advantage, because she is intrigued.
Hell yeah, she's intrigued. So you're not gonna fucking believe this.
Hugrokk crit count is at 5 through the session for anyone.
Let me go ahead. Yeah, that's definitely a 7 and not a okay. Yeah, no, that's a crit. That's a crit.
As you say, talk later. Take your crit, clear your stress, gain your hope.
What's...
Not that you need the hope, but
I'm so lacking in stress right now.
I say talk later. She looks at you and then looks back towards Hilda, who, Razz, you're pretty much to the ground at this point. Goes, yeah. Dinner? Dinner in the courtyard. Well, dinner on the deck behind the dining hall.
Sounds good.
Hilda will be there.
Of course.
See you then. Hilda lands, and you hear the charge goes like, I was flying in the air, and then I was really flying in the air, and then I was falling, and then I was flying again. And then she goes, wait, you were stepped on! And she just like buries her face into the legs of Kiva. Kiva looks towards you, Hugrokk, gives a silent thank you again, and goes, I'm all right, Hilda. Come on, let's go. Kind of wrangles her back towards the vivarium. Not berating or even really giving it or being condescending at all towards Hilda, but just being like, you know you have to keep up. You know you have to keep up with me for dashing off. You're faster than I am. It's like, but didn't you see that? It's like, yes, but something smaller. Maybe that can fly. I mean, it's going to be your pet anyway, but... drifts off as they walk away.
Lavender after. Whoa.
Lavender?
Lavender?
This is also
Different campaign. Who's this?
having the shortened. I planned poorly. Razz. After landing, just like rolls on back. Just sprawled out in the grass.
Repestrous comes, flops on top of you.
Knocks the wind out of me. My breathing's hard enough already, darling.
You all right?
Yeah.
Long way
okay?
down. Large child.
Yeah, you did a good thing saving that child. Good job.
Appreciate this spell, darling.
Well, I mean, you did most of the heavy lifting. Mine was kind of invisible, but no. I didn't expect her to fly in like middle of the air. That was kind of cool. But yeah, good job. And yeah, why not? I'll be back. I just want to make sure some people are okay. Yeah.
Who does Belle go looking for?
Belle is actually gonna start, after letting people know that she wants to make sure some people are okay, she's heading into the forest.
Okay. Seeing Hugrokk is okay. Tash is eventually hauled out from
I
underneath
was just gonna ask if we ever found Tash.
as the creature
Yeah.
as the creature is like thrown off by Hugrokk and Kiva, and kind of amidst all this, you see Hardy at some point kind of look around, reaches down and pulls Tash out. Whose Tash's like hair is like matted and squished, and he's just kind of like, "I'm all right."
Oh well, that's
You-
good.
Seeing this all happen, Belle, you take a few steps back. It's kind of like the step, turn, step, as you vacate towards the woods. Are you doing this purposely stealthily, or are you just kind of like leaving?
I'm just kind of leaving.
Okay.
That's she wouldn't think to do it stealthily, because right now it's now the end of class, right?
Yep.
Okay, it's like I think actually to make it not stealthily, she'd be like, "Oh, Finstrel, I'll come back to help later. Just let us know when we can help you. All right?"
Ah, indeed. Very well done, class. Extra credit for all of you today. Wonderful job stepping up. Class dismissed. I have to dispose of a body.
Finstrel, what is that? What was that?
He looks at it. His iris is kind of open and closed. I don't know. This is a new one. Usually creatures this large stay in the mountains. Interesting. I will send Tail to investigate the mountains further. Or, must discuss matters with Tail later. There are creatures on this island that... Maybe a better way of saying it is... New creatures appear on the island regularly. Whether they are new or just undiscovered, I do not yet know.
Well, before you dispose of this one, do you mind if I make a sketch of it quickly for your notes?
Oh, of course. Thank
Can I try
you.
something weird?
Yeah. Or do you say that? Do you say that as Variedawnt?
No. Well, I'm not sure if the ability would apply or not.
Okay. What are you trying to do?
The fungal ancestry death connection.
Okay.
To see if I can glean what caused it to come out of the mountains.
Ooh. Also, you can definitely do that. Mark that stress.
Okay. Okay, yeah, you'll just see Variedawnt approach the body of the thing, lay a hand, and he'll kind of go into like a trance.
Roll. You're going to get something regardless.
Okay.
Because of the ability. However, just roll a spellcasting roll for me. So it'll be your agility.
Okay. Oh, dang it. It's
You can
8,
add
9
I
with
see dead
fear.
people if you wish.
Oh, okay, you're right. 9, 10, 11 with fear then.
Right. Boom.
I
So
see dead people.
Spend that stress. Spend that hope as well. So what was the total of your roll?
11.
11. Okay.
11.
You go to touch this creature and you can instantly tell that this creature is unlike anything you've interacted with off of this island. Its mind and body, almost its soul, is patchwork. A bunch of ideas drawn together and somehow working. As you look into the mind and history, it's like looking into a sketchbook that the pages are turning fast enough that the drawings inside are moving. As you see the creature walking through a valley and a shadow. In the vision you're seeing, it's almost like an amalgamation of swirling scribbles that just mount over a hill and then crash into the creature chasing it. And then the vision kind of fizzles out. The page burning and dissipating. So there's something drove it out of the mountains.
Okay.
You can't quite tell what.
Yeah. I'll just, after that, I'll just, like, Variedawnt will take a step back, shake his head, kind of trying to clear his mind. Well, yeah, it definitely came from the mountains, and all I could tell was something drove it down here. So, whatever that came from, with how big that thing is, that's got to be way awful, up whatever's up there.
It's good to know.
Interesting. Yes, Hugrokk?
So did this thing have, like, you said it had some canines or fangs or something like that?
Yeah, it had like big fangs going down from the top and down. So kind of like saber-tooth tiger fangs, kind of.
How big
Oriana's
are we
lifting
talking?
one lip to get the dentition sketch the dentition out.
Amazing.
How big is this canine?
It's about 30
Trophy
feet tall.
size?
30 feet tall. The antlered pike was, I would say it's probably a good 3.5, 4 feet. Is
Trophy, mine, rip out, gimme.
Oriana, as you're
Hugrokk, could you just hold this open? Oh, that wasn't okay. Well,
I'll wait until you're done. I will at least give you
well,
that.
hold the
courtesy.
mouth open for me so I can count the teeth. Hold on. Was there? That's good. Thank you.
With that face too, just like
Imagine every time she counts, Hugrokk just punches it, trying to loosen the tooth.
1, 2,
3.
Belle. Could
Hi.
you please make a instinct roll for me?
Okay. All right, instinct roll. There's no way I can use arcane sense or anything to help me out, or
Not in this case. This is this is
Okay.
essentially the same as a survival check.
Okay.
As you slowly wander away and drift back into the wood.
Okay, so that's a 14 with fear. It's not terrible.
14 with fear. I'll take that fear.
It's not terrible.
Does anyone wish, before this begins, does anyone wish to have caught sight of Belle disappearing and would have followed her?
Well, I actually have a question too. Is how long is it until dinner?
You it's
Important.
probably about like 3 o'clock right now. This class was shorter than history because, you know, stuff happened and it's not led by Eadni. I will say, Hugrokk, I'm gonna need you if you wanna catch sight of Belle, I'm gonna say roll an instinct reaction roll with disadvantage as you're currently being distracted trying to rip the tooth out of the mouth. You were distracted talking to Kiva and then ripping the tooth out of the mouth of this beast.
I didn't see her. It was a 9.
Wonderful.
She also wasn't really
With
being like
disadvantage.
stealthy about it.
She wasn't
specifically,
being
but-
stealthy, but
No.
Hugrokk was doing quite a bit of things.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'll say with that 9, you were too distracted doing the other things to notice Belle leave. But as you pull the tooth out and kind of like look around, you would notice that Belle is gone.
Would there be time enough for me to get to the den and then also back in time for dinner?
You would know that that is not the case.
I
Belle,
would
on the
not go.
other hand, does not
Mhm.
know that.
No.
As Belle wanders into the woods of Malwick at 3 o'clock with a 9 survival check and a tick of fear.
It was hold on. It was 14.
Oh, sorry,
It was
14. Apologies. Hugrokk rolled the 9. Sorry.
Yes. Sorry.
Sorry. Correct.
No, you're
So
good,
with the
you're good.
14, but still with fear, so not quite as bad.
Yeah. That's quite bad.
You remember the direction.
Mhm.
You remember landmarks. But the wood very quickly becomes confusing for you. You meander and wander around, hearing sounds of birds and beasts. Those that are similar to what you heard before. What you heard before on the island. Or what you heard before in the vivarium. But more far off, more wild. Every so often something close will cry and flutter through the trees, kind of casting over above you. You'll see small lights pulse into existence, drifting side by side like eyes that'll then disappear into the darkness around you. Beams of light will cascade through the patches in the canopy, and you eventually make it back to the river. But it's gotten fairly late. Maybe took you an hour to get to this point. The sun is now past its crest and heading more down towards the further horizon. You recognize this river. You know this is close to where you fought the Platycoy with your party before. It's the den is maybe 30 minutes away. You could probably make it. You probably won't make it back before dinner or even before dark if you continue onwards. So does Belle continue onward and see Edda but not make it back before dark? Or does does Belle turn around now and get back before dark?
There is that fear within Belle, but I think after seeing that dangerous creature come very close, I think she's still concerned. So I think she would push through that fear and try to get to Edda and her pup to make sure that they are okay. And at least if they don't know, let them know of something happened in the woods and to maybe be aware. She just wants to make sure they're okay.
Okay.
She would push through. Sorry, guys.
No. How does Belle cross the river?
Yeah, that is a good point. Is that tree nearby that we did that rope thing that we could do? Or
I guess you guys didn't specify if you took down the rope or not.
I don't know if we did. Did we?
I
will-
honestly don't remember.
I don't think you did.
No,
I
'cause we
feel
would've had
like
to go
I
back
feel like
forward, or
I feel like
Brad
typically more
flew
often
up
than
and untied
not.
it.
I feel like more often than not, people recollect their ropes afterwards, especially if like you had to
Okay.
go there and then go back across the river once everything was done, you know?
Mhm.
So
We
you,
hypothetically would have gotten it on the way back.
yeah.
Recollected our rope.
Okay. Let's see, because I don't have any specific spells. It's a lot of cantrip stuff. Would I be able to do something like a layer of ice on the top of the river so I can walk across it? Something like that? Or would I have to do some more specific thing of trying to like make myself like walk on water? I'm not trying to be God or anything, but like walk on water.
Make
know.
a where am I? Here we go. Make a spell roll for me. So using it would
Okay.
be your where are we at?
Instinct.
Yes, your instinct. Because you are a sorcerer.
Okay. Could I add a stress to add a +2 to this action roll? Or would that not? Should I just roll what it is and we'll go from there?
Oh, using your manipulate magic?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Okay. All right. And it's just the +2 because it's instinct.
Mhm.
I can't use disarming presence and I can't use chef's touch. Okay. All right. Let's see what
Sadly,
I
you
can
cannot
do.
disarm the presence of water.
No, I can't.
Water is
I have a-
unaffected by your disarming presence.
Yes, unfortunately. I have a backup plan if this doesn't work. So
Okay.
it's okay. Okay, so I add a +2. So I actually add +4
Okay, nice.
together. Okay,
Yes.
+4. Okay.
Okay.
Now, so that is so it's a 22, but it's with fear.
Okay.
So it's a good roll, but it's still with fear. Fuck.
So with fear, I'll take that fear. And then I'm actually going to instantly spend that fear.
Of course.
So I'll take it. You have the idea of making a walkway of ice.
Mm-hmm.
You think back to Ileona's class. And Ileona describing how for some magic requires hard work and training, and for some it's natural. And how whenever she talked about it being something instinctual and natural, she always kind of looked towards you. And a few others in your class. And so you try to embody that. You breathe in and breathe out, and as you breathe out, a spider web of ice slowly starts creeping across the river. It breaks apart as the current casts it. You focus a bit further. It takes you about 20 minutes of trying to get 2 feet of solid ice. It's solid. It's resisting the flow of the river. But then as you step, it cracks and splinters back. Luckily, you were far enough out that you jump back on the shore.
Damn it.
I'm going to say you can roll again with advantage because you rolled so well with the first one. But
Okay.
just because like this is a new, like, Belle's still like figuring out her magic. She's still figuring out what she can do and how it works.
Mm-hmm.
And she's getting braver. But this, like making an ice bridge across a roaming or like a high current river is tricky in general. Like, you know, as someone who resides in Estos, the ice bridges of Estos was a massive magical undertaking.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed.
So you can roll another magic check or another spellcasting roll with those same additions, with those same additives of +4 by marking another stress and marking another hope, but you can also add the advantage of succeeding the first time if you wish. So it would be +4 plus a d6.
Okay. Wait, hold on. So brain. So if I wanted, I could add another stress and I can roll again, but with advantage, or I keep the roll that I did.
The roll that you did, essentially, like, it was a success, but with fear, and with Belle's
fear.
scare
Okay.
level currently, kind of the mindset that you can kind of think of it as is Belle's kind of at the decision point of she's proven to herself that she can do it, but it is at the very end of her current skill set.
Okay.
And so it's something that's very hard to achieve with her current skill set currently, but it's just deciding if she wants to try again and push through that fear of the ice breaking beneath her and her falling into the river, or if she wants to come back again, possibly with another way to cross the river, and how she feels like it. What she feels is more in tune with what Belle would do, where she's at currently, and the logic behind it.
Okay. All right. I think with trying to get the magic as best as possible, she knows she's not trained or skilled. She knows she's not the best, but I think she would be somewhat on the end of the rope after doing it for 20 minutes, but with it's kind of solid, even though if it's breaking, I think she would try to have that magic last as long as possible, and then she's gonna dash across the ice as fast as she can. So if it is breaking, it starts breaking behind her.
Okay.
Or if
so
I
with
need
that,
to strengthen
then,
it. So yeah, I don't know.
with that, then you can it'll either be the roll I said the first time, which was arcane roll with the +4, then the advantage.
Yeah, if I mark
or
another stress. Okay.
you can switch that from with that roll to an agility based one, where you focus you're focusing less on your magic to get you across and more on, you'll still have advantage on the agility roll, but you wouldn't be able to add the manipulate magic.
Okay. You know what? It's stressful. I think I'm gonna add another stress to add the manipulate magic to have it like she wants to dash but to keep the magic solid. So she'll roll again and have that +4, and then she'll add the d6 for advantage. So
you feel that nervousness build in your stomach, and the voices of your parents come back in. Oh, no. The constant fight of, oh, just do things the traditional way, dear. And then your thoughts of, but I have this power, I can do it, it should work. And the words of Ileana come back in, and the words of Eadni of, just try your best. You just make mistakes, it's fine. And you decide to once again follow the steps you've already made, coming to the island of magic to become a dragon rider, and follow your magic as you roll.
A 27 with hope.
27 with hope.
A 12 on the hope die.
Nice.
Yay!
Take your hope.
I did. Now I'm full on hope again.
You close your eyes and start walking, deciding to trust your magic and to fully step into the world of being a sorcerer. Someone who relies on their magic to advance themselves past the normal abilities of mortals. You open your eyes and you look, and you are standing in the center of a roaring river on about a 2-foot wide bridge of ice that is solid and shimmering. You feel that hope, and you continue across the way. You get to the last 5 feet of the bridge, and you hear it start breaking kind of at the other end. You're like, okay, I should probably go a bit faster now. As you make it, and you step on the other end of the bridge, as the other end of the shore, as the bridge cracks and shatters.
Oh,
You were on the other
jeez
side.
Louise.
You know the way from here easily enough. You navigate through the last stretch of wood into the den.
Mhm.
There's a moment of hesitation, which quickly turns to one of acceptance as there's the, oh no, intruder. Sniff, sniff, sniff. Recognize smell. As you walk in, and curled up in the large nest you saw, the same large, naturally carved out cavern in the back. The remains of the Sparkets have been removed. Their nests have been disposed of. Their extra holes have kind of been patched and reworked and padded in. So now only the main alcoves of this den are back as it were. And you see Etta just raise her head slightly as a small, I'm bigger than you already, but
Yeah.
essentially a Volwolf cub the size of a full-grown normal wolf
Mm-hmm.
sits curled in the center of Etta's larger form as she raises her head. Goes, welcome back. Didn't expect such an quick return.
Quick question. Belle
Yes.
does not have speak with animals, so she would not understand what Etta is saying, right? There we go. It would be nice to let that slide, but no.
You see Etta
Etta.
clearly trying to speak to you,
Yeah.
and you can imagine the words that she's saying, but what hits your
Mhm.
ears is much less eloquent.
Yeah. Hi, Etta. Apologies in advance. I did not bring any of my friends that can speak with you, but I'm sorry. But I did want to check on you and your pup. Um,
She kind of, you see her head goes down, and she kind of nudges the pup who raises his head and does a big yawn, presses his ears back, and just a puffball. It's like got the young puppy fur, the undercoat's patchily coming in under her main coat. Which the main coat is also still very scraggly. It is not
Mhm.
fully, like, it's full coverage, but it's not full thickness yet. So there's just like, you can see the skin poking through fairly easily. But just stretches, does a big yawn, like blinks and looks at you, and then just falls back asleep.
Oh, oh, they're adorable.
You just, Etta nods.
Oh, before I forget, and takes out the dried up jerky thing that she got from the kitchen. I didn't forget.
Kinda reaches out with her mouth and then realizes her mouth is far too big for a delicate thing like that, and then just kind of like pushes a bit of the nest that's fallen off out of the way to create essentially like a clear spot next to the nest, and kind of gestures there.
Yeah, sure thing. Go over and put it there and all that stuff. It's what I could grab at the moment, but I can get some more later from Gray. He's very nice. Mm-hmm. Oh man, maybe I should have come back with Oriana or someone that could speak. I really want to understand, I really do, but I just, if you don't mind me yapping a bit, we came across kind of a dangerous creature today, and I just wanted to let you know about it in case there's others, and I just want to make sure you two were okay.
Etta opens her mouth as if to speak, and then stops and just kind of, you see her brows furrow. Kind of shifts slightly and down more in, and then looks over, and you see in the back end, kind of by the entrance into where Lo and Razz found the catacombs in there.
Oh yeah, there's that.
A crumpled form of what looks to be another creature you haven't seen. It looks to be a black and white form of what looks to be almost a mix of a skunk and a panther that's just crumpled and limp in the corner, like that has been killed and is ready to be eaten, essentially. Kind of looks back and then looks towards you. It's about the same size as Edda.
Okay. Oh, jeez. So I'm glad you were able to protect yourself, but yeah, no, it was like 30 feet tall, like a horse body, but with like antlers and a saber tooth. Like, I don't know if this makes any sense. Just yeah, we had to go against that today because they tried to kill one of the classmates, a little kid. So.
And it seems to just like look around and place her head down on top of the sleeping pup. And
Yeah. Yeah. No, I just. You got a family now. I want to make sure you protect yourselves, Yeah. I don't know if there's a way I can communicate with you one day. I hope I can, but because it would be better for me to not understand anything you're saying, and you probably don't want to hear me yap all day, right?
Kind of just tilts her head and looks at you.
Fuck, why am I getting emotional?
Just kind of lays her head down, takes a big, deep breath in, and then exhales out.
Yeah?
Just seems to kind of be curling in and snuggling in with the little baby Volwolf. As you stand in its space, the den looks essentially how you left it. Doesn't seem as if Edda cares much for interior decoration. She kind of leaves you to your own devices in her den. She doesn't gesture for you to leave or gesture for you to stay, really. But it seems as if she's kind of like settled in, and now that like she sees that with the communication being limited and her kind of like looking around and seeing that everything is seemingly okay, she seems kind of content to just let you stay and remain as long as you wish to.
All right. I think if I see her like put her head down to try and rest and protect her pup, I think she will kind of just look around and explore the space. We'll still be checking back to make sure that they're okay, but we'll look around, see if there's anything else that they missed, anything else that was important, and all that stuff.
Make an instinct check for me, please.
I think she also, to explain me getting emotional, I think with her seeing the pup and that and the family, like the mother and the baby, is it a boy or a girl, the Volwolf pup? I don't know if that was ever established.
You don't know?
Okay. I think that would get her emotional, reminding her of what was left behind. And that's all I'll say. Instinct. Let's see. Well, I did roll with fear once, so I got cut that. So this is that's a 12 with hope, but I can't take any more hope because I'm full up on hope, so I don't know what to do with that hope.
And you can keep that hope. Well, the hope dissipates as you walk around and look. There's nothing new. There's a few new like carcasses and bones around from Edda's forays into the wild to gather food for her new pup. I guess the question for Belle would be, now that she's here alone and checking things out herself, would Belle be interested in the alcove that leads into the foundation room that Lo and Razz were in? Or would Belle not care?
Also noting the entryway is about a foot tall.
Yeah, it would be
Yeah.
Belle like army crawling in.
Mm-hmm. With the purring of a cat that I hear.
Oh,
I love it.
Yeah, she's very loud.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
It's amazing.
This is gonna be a weird tie-in, but I have army crawled in a little section that was literally like a foot tall in a trip once. Literally cave all around me. So
Oh,
if
yeah,
I
it's
can do it,
terrifying.
why can't Belle do it? So I think
Exactly.
she will check out the alcove because
Okay.
there is something that, even though Lo and Razz were pretty convincing, she's still curious.
Absolutely. You crawl your way into the alcove, into this room, and you see inside 6 catacombs. It takes you a second. It's dark. It is pitch black in here. And I think the only reason that you realize that these are catacombs and not just strange rectangular boxes, because it is pitch black. There is no light. Everything you're feeling is with your hands. It's because suddenly, as you're feeling things around with your hands, the first box to the left is the opened one that they left behind, that had you reach inside this stone box that you can't quite feel or see, and reach inside. There's loose things in there, sticks. They feel dry and a little rough, but it's not like bark. You pick at them, you can't peel anything off. They range from about like 3 feet long to some that are maybe half a foot, different shapes. Make a knowledge check for
Okay.
me. A reaction roll,
there any-
actually.
Okay. Is there any chance, as after feeling around in the dark, it's like, oh, fuck, I can't see shit. Could I cast some sort of like lights around me so I could see? If not, no, that's fine.
I think we're gonna say no this time, just
'Kay,
because
so
there
just
is like
knowledge.
specifically a light spell in Daggerheart.
Yep, no worries. That's why I wanted to ask, because
yeah.
I don't have anything right now. I don't know what specific spells I can use because I don't have those cards. Oh, I thought that was a crit, but that wasn't. But you know what? It's not too bad. For knowledge, that is a 14 with hope. I have so much hope. I need to use it on something.
Every year, once a year, in Estos, there is a celebration that celebrates the slight warming of the islands. It's essentially as close to spring as Estos gets. And typically, it is a day of feasting. So, hearty soups, large pies. Estos is a small, small town. But it is also a small, small town that is shrouded in winter, essentially year-round. So when there is an excuse to party, they party hard and well. Not so much in a rowdy, rambunctious, but in a full of warmth and community and family way. Large potlucks, bright fires, bright colors. And one of the specialties is a meat pie that you and your family, of course, would help kind of team up with the local butchers of the area and team up with. And as you pull out one of these shapes from this box, it looks oddly like a very, very, very large chicken bone. And you have the realization that this isn't a box of sticks or something that you're digging through, but this could very easily be a pile of giant bones.
Ah! Belle kind of freaks out. It like drops in the
What did you roll again? 12?
I rolled a 14 with knowledge.
Okay, 14. Yeah, that's what you get.
Shit! It just drops it in the thing.
It clatters on the ground.
Fuck. So they were lying pieces of. I'm not gonna call them bad names because they've been helpful. Just what they. Huh?
And it's at this
What?
point we'll shift the scene as Belle stands in a catacomb, in a empty catacomb, realizing that things may not be exactly as straightforward as they appear. We fly back to the halls of Wormhole Academy and find Razz, Variedawnt, Oriana, and Hugrokk, most likely back at the dining hall, or making your way back to, let's say you're making your way back to Malwick Academy, walking the distance between the vivarium and the halls itself. You've realized that Belle is missing at this point. What would you all like to be doing?
How much trouble do you think she can get in the woods?
How much trouble do you think she can get into in those woods? I mean, we did just have to. Should we be concerned?
Well, I'm pretty sure she's going to see Edda and the Wolf pub.
Well, at least she knows the way then.
Yes. I'm a bit concerned about the river, though. It took a lot of us to cross it.
Fair.
Yeah. And
As an adult, you should make her own decisions in life.
I just don't really want it to be our fault if there's a dead classmate. Or on our conscience, rather. Not that it would be our fault, but...
No, I don't think it would be our fault, but, I mean, I did offer to go with her at the weekend, but I guess she was impatient. I don't know. I'm sure she'll be all right, though.
you think the little bundle of nerves is okay? Then
I hope so. I think so. I don't know.
It's
We'll
not
give her some
dark
time.
yet.
If she's not back
Probably
by dinner,
fine.
maybe then we
can,
worry.
can I
Don't need to worry yet.
No.
can I knock on our little spore door?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, of course. We'll say you guys meander along the path through the woods, over the bridge, back to the Wormhole Academy, and you kind of walk to one of the small doors and knock. A sporling walks up.
Hey, little buddy. So apparently you kept track of us in the woods during the trials. Are you still following us? Thumbs up for yes? No? Okay. All right, that's fair. Well, since we got him here, anybody want any snacks?
No, well, I mean, dinner's not that long away, but maybe we could ask. Maybe we could ask if one of the Sporlings could go and check on her.
So you want a more fragile, smaller creature to wander into the forest that you're worried about?
Hey, sometimes small
But-
creatures are more durable.
and faster? I don't know. I mean, they did keep an eye on us. Weren't they the ones that kept an eye on us? Like when we were
believe so.
out doing our trials? We didn't even notice them.
You see another Sporling
True.
arrives holding a plate of sausage.
Oh, they're quick.
Well, it's here, I
Is
suppose.
Thank you,
Is he offering
darling.
the sausage? Or are they offering the sausage?
Mhm.
I ordered it. It's for Rue.
Definitely. Oh.
Well,
I'm gonna grab one.
Hugrokk, you reach to grab one of the sausages, and Rude goes,
Still grabbing one. Not gonna stop me.
"You ruined
yeah,
Hugrokk."
can I
for
get a
stealing
like a my brain just broke. Some kind of ice cream float, please.
I just killed a deer horse. I'm hungry.
If anyone's earned dinner, it certainly is you.
That's true. Maybe we could ask Grayman, though, if he could send one of the Spallings or some of them to check on Belle. Or maybe one of the dogs, because I think that's how Eadni checked up on us before as well. I might go to the library and ask one of the dogs if they can check on Belle. That would make me feel better. I'm going to do that. And Oriana will walk off.
Does anyone go with
luck.
Oriana? No.
Go put my trophy in our room.
Hugrok's just been carrying this like 4 foot tall the
over his
entire
shoulder.
time. What'd you say, Razz?
Did you get the blood off first? Oh, good.
You look bad. These mostly.
Oh,
No.
make sure. We'll flutter after Hugrokk to make sure that we're not keeping random hunks of unsanitized monster in our room.
Look, you're all playing
We are-
Academia Simulator.
I
Hugrokk
am.
is playing Monster Hunter. Okay. Where-
Well, I was also gonna
So
offer
true.
this little sporker, just like, so, like, we killed a big thing. I don't know if Grayman wants to cook that up for dinner later, or maybe tomorrow.
you
It
see,
was like a deer, giant thing,
you
horse.
see the face of the Sporling go completely neutral, the mouth go completely straight, and the eyes go a dull black, and it kind of just almost white screens for a moment, and then you hear emanating out, "Sounds like a mighty good idea. On it." And then, as fast as the face went deadpan and started emanating Grayman's voice, it flashes back to the normal face and goes,
All right. Well, what are you up to today, little buddy? Because apparently everyone left me with you.
and the Sporling just starts rambling in little squeaks and ships.
Oh.
I'll just like offer him a hand if you want. But it's just like we'll just walk and chat.
That's adorable.
You start chatting with this little Sporling as you walk around, and every so often another Sporling will run up and just like hand you food and run away as you kind of just
Thank you.
meander through the Wormhold Academy. Oriana, you walk into the library. Ileona is there, kind of at the central desk area that you saw before, and there, as always, are many dogs. Which, as you guys have spent more time here at the academy, there are many dogs everywhere. There's probably, from what you've seen, each of you probably at least have 10 individual dogs that each of you can point out yourselves that your fellow classmates cannot. There are many.
Like they
dogs.
can't see them or just don't notice them?
There's enough of
Or
a
there's that many?
There's that many. There's enough of a variety
Oh,
that
okay.
each of you can have 10 individual dogs that you guys notice that the other people have not noticed just because they've noticed other dogs. It seems as if before deciding to make Wormhold Academy into an academy, that Eadni had decided to make it into a little bit of a foster home for various dogs. You haven't exactly gotten the story as to why yet, but there are many dogs of various shapes and sizes. It seems as if Eadni was not... there was no determining factors of whether or not the dog would arrive on the island, other than the dog was going to arrive on the island.
Sorry, I lost my train of thought.
No, you're good.
It's
there
just
any
blanked.
Is there any particular type of dog you would like to search out here in the...
Not anything in particular, I don't think. Just one that looks like it would get to where it needs to go quickly.
Okay.
And get back. So
Amazing. You walk in and look around. It's not so much really a need of a check as in, because you will eventually find whatever dog to fit your needs here. You walk over and kind of climb up one of the ladders, go to the second floor, and on the second floor, there's windows that are window seats that look out. In one of these large window seats, kind of basking belly up in the sun, is a GSP, or a German short-haired pointer. Just kind of belly up, black and white speckled, short hair, long lumbering limbs, and the floppy ears. And go as you roll over. You feel a slight telepathic push in your brain as it looks towards you. Blinks.
Hello, friend. I was hoping that you could go check up on my classmate. She's out in the woods. I believe went to go visit the Volwolf.
It's Jan Edda, yes. I can I've known Edda quite well, actually.
Would you be able to go check on Belle, is her name, and make sure she's all right? I know it's a bit of a long trek, and I'm worried she's not going to get back before dark.
I'll have to stop by the kitchens first, but I should be able to. Edda typically doesn't like us normal dogs entering her den. However, if I bring an offering, it should be fine.
Yeah, she did mention that she likes things from the kitchen.
Yes.
Do you need my help with that? I can get something for you, maybe.
No. Rolls off. Like, from belly up, just rolls off of the bench and lands on his feet. Just a big front stretch and back. Its little stub tail just wagging. Like, oh. Alright. Any specific time frame for this to happen?
As soon as you can. I know we're getting kind of close to dinner. But yeah, as soon as you can.
Wonderful. My price is 5 minutes of behind the ear scratches.
I can definitely accommodate that.
Close.
Would you like that up front or when you get back?
Upon return, if I could request that the clause be extended, that would be perfect.
I can definitely do that.
Wonderful. Very well. Wait.
Thank you.
Starts lumbering away, and you are on the second floor of the library.
That was easier than I thought. I think I'm gonna look around since I'm here for a bestiary, maybe.
Absolutely. Make an instinct check for me. As you search around, you can use you can add your experiences if you wish. You can use Fast Learner for this if you want to.
Yeah, I think that would make sense. Oh, that is... Oh my gosh, math is hard.
It is.
13, 14 with hope.
14 with hope. Take your hope. You don't end up finding a bestiary. You do end up finding various books that describe some of the beasts here, mostly in reference, almost, as in you find some. They're not logbooks per se, but almost like small notebooks of whoever lived in Wormhold Academy before, who had ventured out and seen like a few creatures here and there, but no compendium of the beasts in Malwick. You do end up in your searches also seeing that Gunther has wandered into here, as well as Giselle, who have both kind of who are sitting on the first floor. You can see them from the upper balconies. Giselle has sequestered herself into one of the book nooks, and Gunther is just next to the fire, kind of feet up on one of the small tables, just reading his own personal book.
I'm going to copy down the notes into my own notebook and use them to cross-reference with Finstrel's notes and start compiling my own sort of bestiary for the island.
Perfect.
It's a graduate student project, if I ever heard one.
It's absolutely amazing, as who knows what will happen in the upcoming years here at Wormhold Academy, and the favor you may need to curry with the various teachers. So Oriana, as you set about the library, delving into the various books, you know what? Roll a d20 for me, just for shits and giggles.
Okay, that's a 10.
10. It goes well, but as you search through the books, you unfortunately don't find anything that you weren't looking for at the time. As we head up Hugrokk, you find a nice place in your bedchambers for your trophy. As Razz flies in, she's kind of been like scrubbing the back of it as you've been carrying it. Rue goes over and kind of starts gnawing at the bottom of it, then looks up at you and kind of removes his teeth. And you and Razz and Hugrokk are in the season.
We could make a wall mount for it. Wood and
Muted again.
gold and
You muted.
Yeah, I think muted.
Also, Chart of Chaos.
We could make a wall mount for it. Some wood and gold, and it could go quite nicely here. Really bring the whole room together. Just maybe a little extra. Like start polishing up the part. If it's a trophy, it's gotta look nice.
Are you done?
I mean, if you don't want your trophy properly displayed, then I suppose you can just tuck it under your bed and call it a day.
I suppose I can hang up my trophy however I wish, and I can leave it blood splattered or not, if I so choose.
Unless it starts to stink.
If it starts to stink, that's one thing, yes. However, out of the two of us, I'm pretty sure I've been around more dismembered body parts and such than you.
I never thought that was really in question.
That laugh was not in character. It will be fine. It's just a little bit of dried blood. You got rid of most of it as is.
We can leave some. Leave some
was just the
character to it
tooth.
after all.
Yes, exactly.
Story.
Thank you. Also,
Really
how
keep it
secure are
nice.
these bunk beds?
Perfectly. Lo helps me set them up.
Just, I'm gonna push the top bunk and see how secure it is.
Hey Razz, make a what is a building roll? Make a finesse roll for me.
Okay.
Does Belle have to sleep elsewhere for the night because the bed got destroyed?
I don't think I can add anything. Okay.
You can actually add advantage because Lo is helping you make these. So add a d6 if you wish.
Yeah.
Because it was like a you and Lo team up, so you can add advantage if you want. No, you have to roll
And
something.
Oriana. I did rope Oriana into it as well.
I feel like in my brain it would be like Lo and Razz, like just and Oriana just kind of standing back watching more, being like,
Yeah, like I don't. That's a good idea. Okay, well, it's too late now.
13
With hope.
with hope. Hugrokk, you don't know how it's together or why it's staying together. It's an amalgamation of ties and knots and rope, but you push it and it doesn't move. It's held together by hopes and dreams.
I'm going to make this more secure later.
Sounds like a brilliant idea, darling.
But nice initial job.
I do my best.
And the camera pans one more time. Back to Variedawnt. As you're walking down the hallways of Wormhold Academy, you've wandered to the 3rd floor. Actually, no, I lied. You've wandered to the basement. Just chittering and chattering with your little spore friend. I rolled on the Wheel of Chaos. The Chart of Chaos, sorry. As you requested me, Game Junkies.
That's right.
All I need from you is a presence check for me.
Presents. Okay, straight roll. Ooh. Okay. A 3.
A 3. Wonderful.
What a chaos. I'm getting chaos.
You don't notice when it happens, Variedawnt. But you look up from talking to your spoiling and you look around. You've never seen this hallway before. Huh, it's kind of dark, actually. You look behind you, the hallway just extends forward. You look behind you, sorry. You look behind you and it's a hallway you haven't seen. How long have you been wandering down this? In front of you, there's 2 stairways. One's going up, one's going down. Kind of a dead end that goes up and down in front of you. The hallway you're in is suddenly tight. It's like 3 feet wide. Ooh. And you realize, with your intelligence, because you were quite perceptive, right? I believe that. Yeah, you got knowledge. You got a +1 knowledge.
Yeah.
You realize that these hallways are far too small to be main hallways. And you just barely hear the of a secret door sliding back into place. And you look down and you just see the beaming smile of a proud little sporling who apparently has decided to show you a little secret that it knows. And that is where we will end tonight's session.
Nice.
Oh
Make
my
friends with
God.
the maids and custodians, people. They know this is
Yeah,
where the secrets are.
They know everything.
Variedawnt decided to befriend one of the small creatures.
Nice.
That was the plan eventually.
Yeah, no, I eventually do want to get close to them, but Belle was focused on that and the
Oh, yeah,
wolf.
no, that's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, like, as soon as you mentioned, like, the little cubbies that we could just knock on and order food, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
well, I'm going to be doing that
Oh,
constantly.
of course, that's what they're there for. Why would you not?
Why would you not need?
Because, like, me as
That's
a
how I
person,
feel
like,
about the dogs. I'm like, there are dogs that'll just like help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about those dogs. Literally forgot. I could have asked one of them to join with me.
Well, that's like the kind of the thing too. Like the dogs are everywhere, but like they're just chilling. Like this is their home.
Yeah.
Like they don't really
Yeah.
care that you're there. And they also, as you know, have been like given like slight telepathy for being in proximity of the psychic egg for so long. which is hypothetically somewhere on the island to which you've still not seen. But yeah. Awesome. We got Variedawnt finding secret passages. Belle has absconded to the den of the Volwolf. And we have Oriana in the library once again. And Razz and Hugrokk decorating.
The party is split once again.
And we'll see what happens with Lo next
We're all
time.
in the school. That's like
Not me.
Lit
I don't know if I was
Bell's not in the
or
school.
not. Bell's not in the school.
Belle's not in the school.
Belle still has to
Barry's
make it
hanging out in
home.
the secret basement.
Yeah,
We don't know where Belle is.
Variedawnt has to decide if he wants to go up or down, essentially, next time. Or turn around.
Honestly, I was about to ask the little guy, just like, okay, which way is the most exciting way?
That's true. I
Just
guess
roll-
we'll have to see.
Roll a D100, and if you get a 69, you got to go down.
Yeah.
I need
but you did
to.
not.
I need to
You did
find
not.
where my D100 is. I have like one of the golf ball D100s that just roll forever.
Oh my god.
I should find that again. Everyone knows where Belle wins is T Tempest.
No, T. No.
I love how the conversation back was. So she went to the woods, right? Like, yeah, she's at the Volwolf. We all know where she went, right? I do love how that was. That was so good. I love how
did
like
do it
it wasn't even metagaming. It was just like we all know Belle went to the Volwolf, right? She's been wanting to go back to the Volwolf since we've left the Volwolf. Like,
Yeah.
It wasn't hard to figure out.
No.
so good.
Belle does wear her heart on the sleeve a couple of times.
Amazing. Well, we are going to head over to our ending soon screen. Thank you all for joining us. Please take care of yourselves. Go grab some drinks. Go grab some snacks. And of course, be nice to yourself and everyone around you. And we will see you next time. Stick around because we're going to raid into someone. So,
Bye.
thanks, guys.
Bye. See ya. It's good to see you.